Hang on. I'm in my library. I had to update video card drivers and everything in OBS broke. So I'm mostly prepared. I mostly know what I'm doing. I stream I stream a lot. I stream so many times you wouldn't believe it. Let me go get the soundtrack. Against the Storm soundtrack. Yes, play. Turn you down to like half volume. There we go. What are we doing today? We're doing Utopia today. We're gonna do one of the 4 Utopias. I have no idea which one we're gonna do. What map do I want to put a Utopia together on? I don't know. Coral Forest is probably like the easiest map to play. So you just get a ton of resources for free. So why don't we find a fun place to do a Coral Forest? Can't reach any of these. I want to get that question mark. If I go here, will I uncover that? Because it might be like a treasure chest that gets us a little extra stuff. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We're going to go here. I could do Lizard Utopia. Well, let's check requirements. Lizard Utopia is Clan Hall. Beaver Utopia is Guild House. Human Utopia is Temple and not Monastery. And Harpy Utopia is Bathhouse and not Forum. I should write these down because I am gonna forget them. Hang on, let me go low tech really quick. Because like I could use stream chat, but that's not exciting. We will do Temple. We will do Guild House. We will do Clan Hall. And we will do Bathhouse. Okay. And then everything else is just, you know, have their right house and also have a ton of them. So the easiest ones to do bar none are going to be, in terms of getting to 30, are going to be like Secret Child or Hidden Child or whatever, because all you have to do is pick eggs. I'm gonna go with, gosh, it's hard to turn down 12 metal, but it's also hard to turn down 18 planks. Why don't you give me the beavers? Beavers are gonna be good. Why don't you give me some wood? Why don't you give me brick? And why don't you give me 36 meat? Sure, good enough. 30 is a lot of people. The last game that we had, we went pretty big. We didn't even get close to 30 people. I would like to do like a 30, 15, and 15. So 30 of one species, 15 of the other two, because you can't take a migrant wave that's ever like, oh, 6 of one kind of person and nobody else. It's always a give and take. So we're going to have to prioritize migrant waves that have a single kind of species in them. And I would probably plan for like that number times 2. Which means we are going to be looking at a 3 hub game, or a 3 hearth game. And all of them will be fully populated. So it's going to be a game that goes long. It's going to be a game that consumes a lot of resources. Let's get our initial camps up. We have a harvester's camp for this reed. And then we will have a bad forager's camp for the veggies. These will be priority 2. You will be priority 1. You're not even, like, OBS is not even on the right monitor. Don't pop up in front of my game. It's very disrespectful. Every time I update the display drivers, it's like every position of every window on my entire computer forgets where it's supposed to be. Anyway, I really like this mystery. It means we're going to heavily prioritize trade. Every completed trade route that we start during drizzle season is going to give us 5 random packs of goods. So we really want to make sure we're doing that. It generates a lot of amber. Oh, and then here we go. We've got Guild House. And we took beavers. So maybe we do Beaver Utopia this game. Let's sit on it and think for a little bit. See how the map develops. But that does pull us pretty strongly towards beavers. And then in here, I don't need global resolve right now, so why don't you make my fuel go just a little bit further. And then in here, beavers. Well, yeah, make my fuel go just a little bit further. I'm fine taking the efficiency hit on some woodcutters camps. Can only afford to have one of you in here. I'd really like to have someone in there too. But it's not that important. So now we're just going to wait and see what our first cornerstone is. As far as glades go, it's been a while since we've even seen small glades. Because we did the Ghost Forest mystery, we did the Only Dangerous Glades mystery. Vineyard Town. Not really. Not really any of these, to be honest, but meat specialization with trees that give meat does look pretty interesting. The only other one I'm really looking at is like export specialization to get a couple more packs of provisions, but I think meat specialization like kind of gives us packs of provisions because we can use meat in them. So let's get that rolling really early. And then if we find any kind of like leech broodmother node, we are in business. So I do think I'm just going to take Guildhouse right out of the gate. We get a nice trade bonus that's something that can like sort of win the game. Guildhouse is really nice if we're going to be going heavy trading. We're not going to be able to build this for a very long time because it takes 40 planks, but we also wouldn't take Scribe, and we wouldn't take Alchemist Hut, and Explorer's Lodge is like fine, but not amazing. So give me the Guildhouse now, and we will try and construct a Beaver Utopia. And then here, I guess give me like Tinctury. We don't really need Forester's Hut. This allows us to make a lot of valuable refined goods. And then give me a Carpenter. I love having Carpenter, especially when we have beavers. That's decent picks to start with. I'm not upset about that at all. So you go here. Initial orders. Discover 4 glades to get Scouts pack, which we've established I like a lot, and 10 bricks and 10 planks will also be quite nice. Complete any 2 glade events to get 3 random people. So I kind of want to stay away from both of these, honestly. Although I guess 3 random people is definitely better than 2 lizards if we only want to have beavers, so I guess give it to me, because I do have to make a choice. And then this will almost certainly happen, and now we do have control over not taking people. So I don't want to take random people. I only want to take people if I know that they're going to be beavers, so that we can have some semblance of control over our population. And then what mysteries do we have? Low resistance. Building materials are worse. Provide complex food. Have a chance of consuming twice as much food. So we need to produce a lot of food. A lot of food. But none of these mysteries are that bad. We just need to keep a close eye on corruption. Also, anytime you have a mystery that decreases your hearth resistance and makes corruption a bigger deal, it makes cornerstones that reward you for burning Blightrot cysts that much better, because it's something that you just kind of have to do because of the nature of the game. So get me a crude workstation over here. We'll start working on planks and fabric to put in here. We're going to go to 30 planks. We're going to go to 30 tools. We're not going to make luxury goods. We'll probably never have to make luxury goods, thanks to Finders Keepers. And I know the tooltip says every completed trade route that was started during drizzle season gets you 5 random packs. at least as of the last update, and I don't know if this is something that has been fixed or not, but at least as of the last update, it was if you complete a trade route during Drizzle, not complete a trade route that was started during Drizzle. So we will try that once to see if it's been fixed or not, and then that will influence, you know, whether we want to ship out a lot of trade routes in Drizzle or whether we want to accept a lot of trade routes in Drizzle. Now, since we didn't save any of our coal, we still have the opportunity to save coal, actually. Why don't you do that for me? Let's save 20 coal so that we can use it to complete a Dangerous Glade event, which will... It's looking like it might be this one. This is the easiest one to get to in just a straight line. So if you come all the way out here, you can't quite reach, but you can reach these. You don't need those back too. There we go. You guys start working on that. You guys are doing good over here. Should probably start getting housing up pretty soon, but we don't really have the planks for it. I think the only kind of species housing I'm going to be building is beaver houses, so we're really going to need those planks to come in quick-like. I want you to make 2, 2, and 2. Don't make bricks. We brought some with us. You can use reeds eventually when we start picking them. And I can find a spare person to work in here just to get planks going that much earlier. I can do that for you. All told, though, I think this is a pretty good start. Guildhouse was a bit of a wasted pick for the early game, because we're not going to build this until the mid-game. And Tinctury also really isn't going to do a lot for us, so actually the early picks were pretty bad. But Carpenter is one of the best buildings that you could ask for in the early game. Especially on this map, where you produce spark dew bars just naturally on the map. And it will allow us to pivot a lot more easily into a mid-game. We would be looking for like a building that makes jerky would be great, and then getting a fertile soil in here and a building that can farm would be great. Like herb garden would be pretty good, small farm would be pretty good. Getting the spices perk or cornerstone would be really good. I don't think we're going to get that lucky, but it would be nice to have. And I don't really want to turn this deed in until we know where our bricks are going to come from long term. We can get like some stone out of Crimson Reach trees, but probably not enough to build too many bricks. So I don't want to blow 20 on a deed right away if we really don't need to. We can bring this road out. Hostility should be fine for Storm. Not worried about that. I guess meat also kind of makes us want to take ranch, doesn't it? If we see it. Because we could really up our meat production using a ranch. We're getting plant fiber off of these trees that we could put into it. And it wouldn't make us a ton, but it would really make this perk take off. I think for these lizards, because they're going to be a little unhappy with a -8, well, -4 to resolve, we'll stick one of them in the Ancient Hearth for resolve bonus, and then they should feel pretty alright about things. So you're going to need to come out, you're going to need to come out. In exchange, you can come here, and you two can come in here. I don't need to build anything during storm. And then you can come over here. But I don't want you to open that glade just yet. Because I'm pretty sure that would push us over to 1, and then lizards would start having a pretty bad time of things. Next season, I want you guys to come down here. And I want you to start clearing out where houses are going to go. So you can come as far down as that. And then come back up. And we'll put our block of housing there. Gets us a little bit of clay. It's passive bricks generation, I guess, but I'm still not super excited about it. And then every migrant wave that we pick is just always going to be, does it have more beavers than everyone else combined? And if it doesn't, we'll probably skip it. Because I want to get to 30 beavers, obviously, but I also don't want to have a village that's like 95 people, because that's an insane number. Yeah, we'll wait until the carpenter goes up. Okay, show me cornerstones. All farms can plant mushrooms on farm fields is, I think, deceptively good. Because it is a 2-star farming recipe. It is a food that you can turn into flour. It is also a food that you can eat raw. But I don't even have a farm yet, and I don't know where fertile soil is. So let's wait on that cornerstone. See, like, I don't want to take any of these. Honestly, I'm gonna take neither. I want something that's like 2 beavers. You can get out of here. Go back to being a builder. And then you can open this now. And if you show me fertile soil, then I think I will take the mushroom perk. If you don't show me fertile soil, I think I'll take +1 wood production. And we can buy, like, obsidian scythe and other stuff from a trader later on to offset the loss to farming efficiency. Yeah, no fertile soil. Alright. Give me +1 to wood, then. And then you are a problem, huh? And that finishes in 6 minutes, and it destroys all of our trade goods? Well, we don't have any trade goods, so I don't actually care about that. I do want to take metal, though. Alright, so that's not horrible. You, tell me you got beavers. 2 beavers, 2 humans, I will take that. That is one that I will do. You guys can get out of here. So, we'll get to 10 tools for this before too long, because we do have 17 dew right now, which will make 10 tools? Yeah, so we'll be able to make enough tools to finish that. That is going to trigger once, possibly twice. But that's okay, it doesn't do anything to us, we have no packs of goods. So it's fine. And then with this, we'll get a little bit of extra workforce. Can never go wrong with that. We'll probably put these 2 beavers directly into the carpenter. You don't make planks anymore. Stop doing that. Just make fabric. You're still carrying stuff. Got it. It's gonna be unfortunate that we don't have a Harpy Firekeeper this game. I do like having the Harpy Firekeeper around. New orders. Get 40 oil, get 40 flour for 5 random people. No thank you. Have 10 beavers? It's gonna happen this game. Ooh, and then a timed order. Have a neighborhood. Neighborhood is the first level. No, encampment is the first level. Neighborhood is the second level. That would be tight in 6 minutes. If we had the economy up, I think it would be a lot... Ooh, this is really nice, though. If we ever get farms, this would be really nice. And I don't know that I would ever pick this, so give me that one. And if we get a farm building, we can make packs of crops, and then our farms will really go off. Alright, so as soon as you are done in here, which both of you are going on break, that's nice. Yeah, why not? You don't have anything to be working on right now. Don't sweat it. That's fine. You do whatever you want right now. And it's not like we need to work on anything. One of you's coming out. We need to start generating planks. I don't have time to wait for this encampment event forever. Yeah, just get to work in there. And then the humans, I don't know, can probably go in there. Have a chance to double some of their production. So why don't you take this lizard out? Then we'll see that it's empty and we'll go, oh yeah, we were supposed to do something with that. And then over here, we're going to want a stonecutter's camp eventually. So you can come and build it whenever you have a chance. This will be Glade Event number 1, and that'll probably be Glade Event number 2, if we manage to get enough tools. Gives us 4 wildfire essence. I think I'd rather have the amber. And here, I think I would rather have the bars, couple tablets, and a chesticle, because tablets are money. Tablets are good money. You almost done here? 10 seconds. Okay. There we go. So you are immediately going to come in here. I think I only need 2. I don't think I need to go to 3. Humans are going to go in here. And then all of a sudden we have a surplus of lizards to work on some stuff as well. This is going to pivot around to this side. What do beavers like? I think beavers like pipes for sure. They're like big engineer guys. And then we'll put a fence there. And like a bench. Beavers strike me as the kind of people who would appreciate a nice water pipe. And then this is a large herb node, so we can't pick that. These are small vegetable nodes, so we can pick that. This, nowhere near it. 9 of 20 incense. Take one of you out of here and go into there. That does finish camps, but we don't... Well, we could get a building out of it. Maybe that matters. And now we have a stone deposit, so we could worry about making brick. Yeah, complete it. What do we get to pick? A ranch. Oh, that lets us do meat, but we also have a 3-star jerky building. There's also a provisioner sitting there. And we do want both flour and packs of provisions. How much progress have we made on this already? Only 5. We are going to have to lean on that a bit more heavily. And we can feed them other stuff. We can feed them, like, reeds. We can feed them vegetables and grain. No, I think I'd rather have the complex food for the mood boost right now. Because we don't have anything giving a mood boost currently. And I don't think that's the right way to go about things. I think we gotta work on some kind of complex food to start getting people happy. You making tools in here yet? You are making tools. You love to see it. You're working on stone. You could use a second person if I knew where to find one, but I don't right now. Bring that down. This is going to be another beaver house. I only have 2 humans. I'm gonna take one of you out of here, and I'm gonna use a human firekeeper for 25% slower impatience, just in case we need to go long. Just in case we need to play a long game to get our last couple beavers, let's make sure that we are blunting the growth of impatience as much as we can. It's a precautionary step. We're going to be -8 this season. Lizards are only at 4. Hey Colton, how you doing? We could drop, but I don't really want to. I'd rather collect wood. You're bumming me out here. I'll drop. We can have them do other stuff. Wouldn't hurt to have a couple free builders to take care of all these projects. Use wood for now, that's fine. Go to 50. Pottery, don't make it. Incense, don't make it. Right. Get rid of you. Get rid of both of you. That puts us at 0. We can afford to have a couple more people in there. We can afford to have a second lizard in here. We can afford to have a second lizard in here. And then the rest of you can just be free builders. Six left. 9 left. 15 left. This road can be extended. Next rep picks. A building that grows crops. Today is going to be taking a crack at the Beaver Utopia deed. So have 30 beavers, have 15 beaver houses, and have a guild house. So far we have guild house. It was our literal first pick. So all we need to do now is only take migrant waves that have beavers in them and see if we can get to 30 without collapsing the village under the strain of that many people. I'm anticipating the population is going to look something like 30 beavers, 15 humans, 15 lizards, which means it's going to be a 60-person town, which is very, very big. Probably the biggest town that we have made yet. So I'm trying to make sure that we're planning for infrastructure for that, and we're not just like, keep picking beavers and it'll be fine. If we get very lucky, it might be that big, but it will at least be a 2-hearth settlement. And I'm expecting it to be a 3-hearth settlement. So, speaking of, second hearth is probably going to go like right here. Cut that out. You come out here. And then you... road like right there. There's our first upgrade. We are encampment now. We get a cornerstone. So I talked a lot of shit about Safe Haven literally last game. But now I'm looking at it again, knowing that I'm going to need 3 hearths this game. And it looks slightly better. Slightly better. I'm also looking at Clay Delivery Line because it is only year 3. It's going to be a game that goes long. Clay Delivery Line will produce us a lot of clay over the course of this game. I think I would rather have Clay Delivery Line and find a better hostility perk. Just because it's still pretty early. Because this could turn into pottery, and then pottery does a lot for us. Lets us do ale, lets us do pickled goods, lets us do wine. I think that's going to wind up being valuable. And then people... God, I wish this was 3 beavers and 1 human. But I'll take a 2 and 2 split, because 2 of the lizards are going to go directly into this building. Oh, sorry, 3 of them are. You are going to be beavers, and then we're going to have 1 free builder, is that correct? Hello. You probably don't really need to be in there. What are we at for tools? 6 of 10, and you're doing 8 of 10, you're doing 10 of 10, and then we can finish that. It's going to eat our single amber. Oh no. I don't even know where that amber came from, to be very honest with you. Did we get it out of a tree? Do trees drop amber? I don't know. We got an amber from somewhere, but it's going to vanish. And then we do still need housing, so let's get that in. I don't really need anyone working here, I don't think. This hearth is not a priority. It's where it's going to go eventually, but it's not a must complete right now. You're down to 1 reed. That's great news. You're going to be making tons of jerky. That's great news. I can pop these out. Humans are going to like that. Lizards are going to like that. Beavers don't. They're not fans of jerky. But we'll find other ways to keep them happy. We also don't really need to spike Beaver Resolve. We just need to have a lot of them. You finished in here? You did deliver, yes. So you should have 10 now? You do have 10 now. Where can I borrow from? I can take 1 of you. I can get you guys in here. It doesn't do anything different the second time around, does it? No, just keeps restoring all trade goods, but we don't have any trade goods right now. That's okay. And we have no free builders, I know this, although I could take you off. I'm just going to wait until you finish that read, because then you don't have anything else to do. I'll be a little patient to get 2 permanent workers forever. This red's going to come around down here, you're going to come around over here. Jerky's going great. That's going to mean I don't need to pay as much attention to lizards during storm. I think they'll now be happy enough to get through some of them. Put some roads in here, and then get ready to make a trading post as soon as this event is done. Because we'll be able to sell these chests of tablets eventually. And really start our trading economy up. And then that will also be our second Glade event completed, which gets us, not a lot, a group of 3 random villagers. It's not that exciting. Next glade is possibly this one. We do still have the coal. Although I could really be overvaluing coal as a thing that completes glade events, given that, like, the last 4 games we've done, I don't think I've ever used it. Discover 5 glades to get +3 to pickled goods production. That's a lot of pickled goods. Or have 40 scrolls in a temple. Nah, I think I'd rather have that. And then I don't see this timed order happening in 6 minutes, but thanks for your consideration. And I don't want 3 lizards, so I guess we're making packs of building materials. It's too bad that's not 3 beavers, but such is the world that we live in. Harvester's camp is done. You are now builders. We need them. First rock deposit is gone. You're now working on the large rock deposit. You are out of things to do. That's interesting. Stay in there for now because you like being in there. But I have noted that you don't have anything to do. And then you guys, I need you to go all the way to 19 tools now. Do you think you can do that for me? Well, you might be able to with this. I have no idea if that got us beavers or not. No, it looks like it was all lizards. Unfortunate. You have shown me a plantation. We still don't know if we have farmland. You've shown me a trapper's camp. You've also shown me a tinkerer. I don't really care about it. Well, actually, maybe. With 2-star packs of building materials, I do care about a tinkerer. Because this one's the one... No, that's the one that gives us villager movement speed. I might still care about a tinkerer, you know? Training weapons, decent to have around. Used in glade events. Let's open this glade. How about that? Let's open this glade and see what's in here. If there's fertile soil, we take plantation. If there's meat deposits, we take trapper's camp. And if there's neither, and it's like this glade, then we'll just take a tinkerer. And we'll make packs of building materials for building the citadel. Also, we should have gotten tablets from this as soon as you're done carrying it back, so I would like to set up a trading post at this time. I'll put it over here. I think over here might be the guild hall when we get around to it. So we'll do like 3-star, 3-star, road, and then 3x3 road, 3x3 road, 3x3 road. We can put decorations in the back. We'll get it all working out. What you got for me, Zorg? Here, do you want these tablets? I'm not going to use them. That's close enough, probably. Increases global food production. It's good. Cookhouse. It's also good. Don't have flour yet, though, so it's a little less good because of that. I don't think you really have stuff that I want right now. So why don't you give me +2 to pottery and +2 to... Oh, I can't afford both. Why don't you give me +2 to pottery because we took clay delivery line. And then also, since you guys aren't doing anything, why don't you make like 40 pottery just so we have it eventually? This is resistance decreased by 200. I don't care about that. If I can afford it, and it should be -12, I need to get another house up to be able to make it through that. Might need to shave a woodcutter. Or 2, or 3. Otherwise, beavers are going to be at 0 and lizards are going to be at -1. I'd really like to keep them working, though. And this one is not manned at all. Why can't I just house you? Why can't I just make pickled goods for you? I really would like to take that plantation. I hope that there's fertile soil in here. Being able to grow a food would be valuable right now. I have an unemployed human. Is that true? There we go. Okay, you come in here. And then you come through here. You don't really have anything to do, but I'm okay with that. You could build your tinctury. What would that allow us to do? Pigment, wine, and ale. We could be making wine, because we have a bunch of reeds, and we're making pottery. And then if we were to build a guild house, which we're getting close to being able to do on the planks front. Yeah, maybe this does all just kind of come together. Alright, so people are going to be mad this season. I understand this. I need to cut 2 of you. So why don't you come over here and clear a space for your future guild hall to go? And then that's gonna be it. I can give you another person. You're staffed. You're idle. I can't put anyone else in there. I kind of just want to get a tinctury up so that people have something to do. We really don't have a lot of production buildings right now. Hey, we could work on decor, I guess. Here, you can have a yard. And then you can just have, like, barrels. I'm not feeling creative with your side of the town right now. How are you guys doing on these nodes? 6? Okay, keep it up. You're doing a great job. We're all really proud of you. You're done with that. Now you come back here and you get ready for next drizzle. And then you get ready to get built here. We will want to cut the trees around you. I've given up on setting up a hearth there for the near future because I don't have a building that produces fuel yet, although we do have a mine spot over here, with a 4th one that's hiding in the trees. So that's something to bear in mind, that we probably want to clear that out eventually. You just hauling stuff back? Yeah, you're just hauling stuff back. You're good. Alright, what's more important to cut down? Almost certainly the glade. So, get beavers back in there, and then we can put you to work in here. Cornerstone me. Over-diligent woodworkers is looking pretty good right now. Cheap construction is not. Work safety guide is not. Frequent caravans would be nice, but isn't looking great, so give me over-diligent woodworkers. And now we really can make a lot of ale and a lot of wine. So this incentivizes getting a tinctury up for sure. Cut that. You're hauling stuff back? Okay, that's fine. You are going to clear this out. That's great. Migrants, 3 beavers, and 2 of other people is exactly what we're looking for. Now, I gotta find stuff for these people to do, though. +2 to pottery production. I'm re-evaluating this now. No, I don't think we need it with diligent woodworkers, because we're going to be making a lot of planks. We might even get a mine up eventually, who knows. Is that the last charge? It is. You? Tools. 3 wine for every 15 ale, a bunch of metal. It's looking appealing to me. So you guys get in here. We have not seen fertile soil, but we do see something for a trapper's camp to do, so this is probably going to be trapper's camp now. Because we would really like to make use of meat specialization. And this will do a great job of it, because that's 148 meat collections, so that's going to be a +6 to our meat production by the time these two are gone. I would describe that as substantial. These are big herb nodes. We can't pick those. We have more stone. We have 2 caches. I don't care about those. I don't care about those. So those are both going to the Citadel as soon as we have the tools for it. Oh, what do you do while we're working you, by the way? Nothing. You just, like, explode if we don't do you fast enough. Okay. We can get 1 beaver in here to start running Guild House, just to make traders show up quicker. You need to clear this spot off so we can get at those leech brood mothers. We have a second potential coal mine. Let's dig that out as long as we're here. Where would the hearth go? Directly on top of giant flax nodes. Okay, so we probably won't be building a hearth over here anytime soon. You're almost done. Next, building blueprints, I think almost like have to be something that makes packs of provisions. Scouts are idle in large abandoned cache. You're not. Oh, you are. How about that? That means we almost didn't successfully complete this Glade event, and they poached a bunch of tools first. That could have been really bad. Well, what are you guys doing in here? You have any more? No. Yeesh. Good thing we're getting a bunch of copper out of this. That almost cost me dearly. We do have a housing problem right now. We've got 9 people who are homeless, so actually, maybe it is time to get a second hearth up. And then we can put a mine on this coal, and we can mine coal for fuel. Because I think our wood is starting to get a little weird. These all sound like good moves. And you're staffed, and you're staffed? Yeah, you're staffed. And I do kind of want to get that tincture up, because we could be serving wine in here for our beavers. It would give us a nice little resolve bump. So why don't I just move you now and do that? Make a tincture. This is going to come out 1 more, because this is where some of our aesthetics decorations are going to go. And then behind this guild hall is where our other aesthetics decorations will probably go. You're done with that. Good. You are working on being done with this. You still have a lot of stone to go. You still have a lot of veggies to go, but that's because you're slow. It's not your fault. Don't make pigment, don't make ale. Do make wine, use reeds, use either barrels or pottery, make 50. Pigment and ale, you can wait on. Although, I do make wine for every ale produced, but I don't have the roots for it. Or the grain for it. So it's not that important. And can you prioritize this node so that I can get my decorations in? Because I wouldn't mind upgrading this once more. How are you doing in here? You are carrying the last bit of stuff away, you're back to cutting trees down. Great news. Love to hear it. Herbalist's Camp, because of all these different herb nodes that we have, is actually now a pretty high priority pick. I would really love to buy it from Farloff if he brings it, but if he doesn't, I don't know, I don't really want to spend a blueprint pick on it, but I think I might. There's a universe where I might do that. Are you up to... No, you're at 18 of 19 now. I need you guys to finish, like, one more tool. You, specifically, I need you to be done with that last tool. And then I need this trapper's camp to go in. That's reasonably important for our overall meat production. This mine spot is like sort of cleared out, but not quite. Have 50 wine and a guild house to get +2 to wine production, 30 wine, and +1 to beaver resolve for every wine produced. Discover 6 glades and have 10 tools in 10 minutes to get an ancient artifact, 25 amber, and +5 to copper bars production. Boy, these two are really interesting. Like, Forest Fascination we could do. We could game it. We could open 6 small glades, and we already have 10 tools. Liquid Luck, I think, might be better in the long run, though, because we don't know where a copper mine is right now. I think I'm going to take Liquid Luck, just to be on the safe side. So in this tincture, I now want you to go to like 75. Farlough is here. What you got for me? Man, I like all of these. Advanced smelting realistically is probably the most valuable. But do I want to sell stuff to get there? Not especially. Because he doesn't pay very well for much of the stuff that we've got except for parts. So I'm going to let you go this time, and maybe next time you come by I'll buy something. We are at 18 tools. We are at 19 tools. We have the tools, actually. Just force a delivery. And how are you doing in here? You're just making wine? Okay. We have enough tools now. You can get in here and get some amber. And then we're looking at these. Still don't really want it. Still don't really want it, because we do need to win the game eventually. Let's remember that we are on Prestige 1, and we need just a little extra reputation to get across the finish line. So we can't afford to just loot every cache that we find. We should only loot them if we have a good reason for doing so. Scouts are not idle in large abandoned cache. Oh, because I didn't hit investigate. Okay, that's a fair criticism. They were idle in large abandoned cache. Can you prioritize this rock? Because I think it's in the way of a future hearth. Active from 2, active from 3. We can get under 3 though, because we have 6 woodcutters working right now. Mine. I need you to make bricks again. Use stone for this only, because we want to save the clay for pottery. We're going to have a road come up like that. And then where do we want to move you next? Because you're kind of done here. How about like just back over here? Oh, we need to staff you. Whoopsie. Let's make sure you're running. These don't give meat, do they? No, it's just insects and then a chance for bonus insects. All of you need to go. And then probably 2 of you are going to need to go. And that's it. But that's 4 beavers that we can have work in the mines. Also, you say you're sad, but you're starting from so high that I think it'll be okay. Let's get 2 more beavers in here, actually. Does this do anything for us? It is retroactive, but it doesn't do anything for us yet. You are a harvester's camp? We didn't find anything for you to do in that glade. Oh, you need to come over here and clear that mine spot off. That's what you need to do. You are waiting on bricks. You are making bricks. Nope, you're making fabric. Do you have bricks in there? You do. Deliver when you're done with that, please. We need those bricks to come in. They're rather important. You're done in 1:20. Next trader is in 5:45. Hello. But Sother is good. If Sother brings, like, clearance is longer and drizzle is longer, we'd be very excited. Those are good perks. Back here, we can go lamp, lamp. Leaf, leaf. That will upgrade us to neighborhood. Lizards finally found wine to drink. This is great news. We can favor lizards. Or beavers finally found wine to drink, so we can favor lizards. Meat production has ticked over once so far, now that we're working those two big leech brood mothers. You have 40 seconds to go. So at this point, do I love my economy? Not really. I'd like to find one more complex food producer. Ideally, it would be a building that makes pickled goods. I don't know if we can be so lucky. Urban root production is increased for biscuits. I can't really do that right now. Plus, due to leather production, I'm not really using it right now. Traders having one more cornerstone for sale might be something we take here. Not taking stuff like friendly relations might bite me later, but just show me more stuff in the trader so that I can buy more stuff from them. Because these guys are about to come back with 30 amber. So we'll have 38 amber available to trade next time a trader shows up. That's pretty hefty. You guys get in here and just start mining. I know that leaves us light on woodcutters, but the other thing it means is we don't even have to burn wood anymore. And then you... Not quite good enough. I don't want to do 2 for 3. If this was beavers, I'd be very excited. It's not. We're going to pass. We pass on that. You're collecting rocks. That's fine. You're still working on vegetables. That's fine. I could take one of you, because you're not really doing a whole lot. I could probably also take one of you, because you're also, like, not really doing a whole lot. So why don't you be my idle builder? Until these guys are done, and then we can find a place to put them as well. And then this rock has to go, and given that we have a reliable source of coal now, I think it is time to get the second hearth up. Because housing is getting a little spooky. Which means I think we probably opened this glade with a road that comes down like this. So you're going to come over here. And you're going to get on that. Wine is at 11 of 50. I'd love to have a second human to put in here, but I just don't have one to spare. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I gotta find a building that makes packs of provisions. Or I could set up a makeshift post, I guess. How bad would that be? Packs of provisions. We're not that great on meat yet. We're going to be really great on meat soon. Like, as soon as these tick over a couple times and this gets up to, like, you know, +4, +5, we'll be fine on meat. We can use meat for packs or provisions. We're not there yet, though. You're at 19. We can open you. You'll be done in 1:30. Sother shows up in 2:20. We'll have extra amber for that. And really no reason to do trade except for this perk, but it's a nice perk. Don't click on it, just mouse over it. It's a nice mystery. It would let us do advanced farming and building the Citadel for free, given enough time. So it is something that I'm interested in. But it's not something that I want to do right now. Wish I had spare beavers. But they're all busy in the coal mine. I think I'm also going to open this glade pretty soon, just because I want to expand across this way and across this way. But that'll probably be after this glade gets opened. We also should probably find a hostility reduction cornerstone at some point. Like, reasonably soon. Beavers loving the amount of wine they have access to. How is our wine supply line holding up? Pretty well. We're generating a lot of pottery. I don't really know how long those reeds are going to hold out, so actually, why don't you consumption control me really quick? I just want to get to 50, and then once I get to 50 I'll turn it back on, but I want to be able to finish that order before our supply of reeds runs out. We can worry about a more permanent solution to wine after that, like maybe we'll have the opportunity to buy plantation again, I don't know. Also, what does beaver population get us? 30 pickled goods, a lumber mill, none of those matter. That's not an order that we need to rush. Oh, you finished the rock. What great news. That means as soon as you're done opening this glade, we can put a hub in here. We can also put a warehouse down in preparation of that happening. We can go talk to Sother. Fuel burns longer, +3 to wine. I don't care about reputation right now, so just give me these two. And then do you want to buy anything? He does pay, like, reasonably well for coal. I don't think I'll regret this. You can have one jerky, too. Let's just make a little bit of amber while he's here. We'll keep, where is it? We'll keep this ticking up every once in a while. When we can afford to. Our wine production is going to be insane after we also turn this order in. Which in turn is going to make Beaver Resolve pretty insane as well. I feel pretty good about this so far, honestly. The core of our economy is really not as strong as I'd like it to be, but we're kind of forcing ourselves to do something a bit different by building Beaver Utopia. And it feels like it's only right in Beaver Utopia to prioritize the production of wine above all else. It's what beavers would want. We are up to 2 now, so every time they pick at this leech broodmother, they're making 3 meat. Maybe it is time to start doing a makeshift post. I don't know. Could be bad, could be fine. It's unclear. This will help out the efficiency of the mine considerably. Although I'd like for you to, like, finish this as well. Really, I'd just like more beavers to work in the woodcutter's post. We cannot get under 3 this season. Is that bad? It's not that bad. I do need to find complex food for beavers eventually, but it's not that bad. Let's not make it worse, though. Next cornerstone, I feel like, should probably be hostility reduction in some form, if we find it. So you come up here, get me a hearth. You absolutely have things to do. Because it's... Oh, we have 4 bricks now. I guess you just finished dropping it off. That's my mistake. Cut that. Come over here. Yeah, we can't get under 48. I'm not sure. Oh, we ticked up impatience. That's why. Okay, so we can skip the hostility 3 mystery for one more turn. You're coming out. You're coming out. Hostility 2. You're working. You're working. You're working. We're almost at 50 wine. I just need you to finish one more load. Drop it off. We can turn that in. It's going to spike our hostility to 3, but beavers can drink wine again, and then we can just favor lizards to get through storm. Or I could put a idle lizard into this hearth, and that'll make them a little happier. An order. Our last order. What you got? Discover 3 glades, have 2 ancient tablets, complete a dangerous glade event to get +1 to crystal growth, or gain 2 amber for every 6 pack of trade goods produced and get 60 biscuits. But we can't make pie or skewers, so how about you just give me that? 30 tools was a lot of tools to turn down. I did see it, but we can make tools. It's okay. We can't make them very fast, but we can make them. You just finished your last vegetable. How exciting for you. You get to come over here now. $41.50. Yes. Drop off the wine. 46. One more trip is going to be 50. Yes. Turn in liquid luck. Consumption control. You are allowed to drink wine again. Please go be happy about it. Uh-oh. That made hostility pretty bad, huh? Sack me 1 wood. Just get it under control a little bit. I think we have the wood to spare for that. We only have 102. We sort of have the wood to spare for that. Okay, I'm gonna have to favor beavers. And then I'm gonna have to fix our living arrangements. For sure. Because the homelessness is not helping our cause right now. Herbalist camp we did say we were looking for. But manufactory is 2-star packs of provisions. What's the secondary stuff you get out of an herb node? Berries and plant fiber? That's pretty good. But I could buy an herbalist camp if it shows up at a trader. Like, I'm not in a rush for it. Give me the manufactory and let's just go all in on trade. It's time. It's time to become traders. We're going to set up a manufactory over here. You don't need to be favored anymore. You'll get through it. You baby. 2, 2, and 1. Oh wait, that's the same one. It hasn't updated yet. Trade Hub is a win con, straight up. But I need hostility reduction. Like, pretty badly at this point. So I'm going to reroll once. Okay, I'm going to reroll one more time because these are all bad. These are basically the same choices. Fine. I'll take Trade Hub because Trade Hub will win us the game. That calculus is not changed. Here's the new villagers. 2 and 3 I will do. And then get beavers back in there. And get beavers back in here. And stop sacrificing wood. And open this glade. You have 58 of 64 left. We're just going to chop all of that. I do want you to prioritize that node. Get a lizard in there. He's going to be thrilled. Our biggest problem right now, bar none, is hostility. We have no way to control it. Our economy, I think, is fine. This is a good enough economy to carry us through to the end of the game. You will be making packs of provisions using meat. And honestly, give me like 30. I want a lot of them. How's corruption looking? 51. Okay, well, we'll be upgrading this, so it'll get a little better. Every upgrade is what, like 150? Yeah, 150. It's not a big number, but it's not an insignificant number. Okay, what do we got in here? Beaver Resolve down -12 will live. We don't need miscellaneous stuff. I need one more person? Yeah, I need one more person. Yeah, we're just going to do that. Tools, we're at 11. Not quite enough. Still no fertile soil. We do have a small herb node, so we could use a small gatherer's camp for that. And then you guys, what you're actually going to do is clear out this spot. And we're going to get housing in. I don't think it's quite enough, but it's something. And what do you have? +5 for woodcutter carrying capacity is a really nice bump to woodcutter throughput. So I think I am going to take that, especially now that we have Trade Hub and I'm really not worried about winning. You can actually also come over here and help them out with this. I want a housing spot cleared off. Can I borrow one more person from anywhere? No, it really looks like everyone is busy. Everyone's got stuff to do. So I'm just going to let them do stuff. Trade routes. Yeah. Well, wait. No, we shouldn't do this. We should do small trades because we want to stack up our packs of stuff that we get. So how long is left in Drizzle? A minute 09? We can do this trade. Anything shorter than a minute 09, we want to prioritize. A minute 05. It'll be tight. That will give us 10 random packs of goods. And it doesn't really matter how the tooltip works, because we are both starting and completing those trade routes in Drizzle. Over here, you are going to be high priority, like the highest priority, and these are just going to be roads eventually, but I want to get that node cleared. And you are not set to auto-collect, correct? Right. You will give us a sound notification when you are ready to be collected. Trade route complete. Give me 5 stuff. 5 packs of provisions. It's profit. And then over here, yeah. We can get more. I just want the amber. I want the amber to buy stuff. It's been so long since we played a trade game. What you got, Farlof? You have a smelter? Don't really want it. Reputation? Don't really want it. Salvaging tools? Don't care. +1 to stone production? Sure. And then this, I believe, the herb nodes also drop berries, so we might get a couple berries out of that. So let's also buy it. 240, 254. Trade, buy. It'll just be a little more metal that we can eke out of these deposits. And amber is basically a free resource for us now. You're done in 11 seconds. You're done in 1:50. Pause. Collect. We got 5 packs of building materials out of that. Good. 10 more to go for building the citadel. New trade routes. Biscuits can't do it. Herbs, we could do 1. Sure. Can't do it, can't do it. Can do it. Probably shouldn't do this many, but we'll do it. And that's all that we can. Well, in 1:29 we can do this one. It's not very good, but it is one we can do. And then I also want you to use berries in wine. How are we doing on reeds? You can make 10 more, so you can make 150 more wine. That's plenty. Not worried about that. Let's move you slightly out of the way and start getting our roads in. And then soon we will be upgrading you. We're going to have a house here. We're going to have a beaver house here. How are we doing on wood? We're great on wood. Not worried about it at all. You're done in 50 seconds, and then I get 2 workers back. You're done in 31. You are done in 15. You have not even finished the first Leech Broodmother. You're not even halfway through the first Leech Broodmother. And we are at +3 to meat production. Meat will not be a problem. It's trending downwards right now, I promise you. I swear this on my life, that will not be the case forever. We're not even a little bit worried about it. So this is decoration, house, 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 species house, decoration, road will go here. Trade route complete. We started this in Drizzle. Does it give us a pack of stuff? No. It has not been fixed yet. It is trades you complete in Drizzle that gives you packs of goods. In this case, I'm going to queue this up, and we're going to accept all of those trades next Drizzle. We are not going to accept them when they complete, we are going to accept them when we get packs of materials for them, and then we're going to prioritize short trades in Drizzle. What do we want here? I'd really like to take a supplier for the flour. I'd really like to not take a smithy, because I already have a building that makes tools, possibly 2. I could take a clothier, but I'm not really producing a lot of fabric. All these are bad. I might re-roll it. Like, I don't care about tools. That takes half of our options off the table. A supplier would only ever produce flour, because I'm not really looking at water skins, and a clothier would not produce anything. You know, just in... well, Monastery's hostility reduction, though. Monastery is hostility reduction. You're not wrong. It's also a service building for this hub. It's probably going to go there when that rock is gone. It doesn't even need to wait until that rock is gone. It can go there right now. It's going to eat up all of our bricks. But that's okay. They'll figure it out. You guys are done. You're carrying stuff back. When is next trader? 608. We will be seeing him in Drizzle. Now, give me decorations. Put like 2 benches in. And then give me some fences like this. Maybe that'll look weird, maybe it won't. Who knows? We'll find out. 8 to go. 22 to go. But then you have more rocks. You're done after this veggie node. Then we get 2 humans back. One of them can go to work in the tinctury. We're keeping one eye on corruption. It's up to 76. We are going to get ahead of Blight. We are not going to let it sneak up on us. I am going to find my second woodcutter. Here you are. You're going to come over here and clear out a spot for a Blight post to go. You, I have no free labor for. You, I do have tools for. I don't know where those came from. Come and open this. I don't know where we got all that metal from all of a sudden, but there it is. And then we're going to cut woodcutters in Storm. We are going to be at 3. But honestly, I really think our meat production is about to scale out of control. I really think we're about to hit critical mass on it. It's one of these things where it's like, oh, you hit 1 leech broodmother, you get 2 meat. You hit 1 leech broodmother, you get 2 meat. You hit 1 leech broodmother, you get 3 meat. But by the time they get to this one, these last couple charges, we're going to be getting like 11 meat per tick. So it says 77 charges. There's like 700 meat in that leech broodmother. I kid you not. And then it's like, oh, you ate double meat, but we have 1,500 in storage. How could you? How could you do this to our fair town? Oh, I can keep you working on the Blight Post spot during Storm. That's nice. You're still going to be really upset this Storm. Can't convince you otherwise. I gotta do something about lizards. What else do they need? They need like a... I need a building that makes decent incense. Like, not you. Alright, find a building that produces incense. That's what we're looking out for. This can be another beaver house. Do beavers like water? Beavers love water. We'll give them a pipe into their house, too. They'll think that's just the bee's knees. Small foragers camp is done. I will be taking one of you and putting you in here to keep up on wine production. I will be putting 2 beavers in here to work on herb nodes. And the beavers that I get from my next settler pick are the ones that will go into the woodcutters camps for next season. You know that they will arrive. Does Master of Exploration give us anything good? +1 to crystallized dew production. We're not producing crystallized dew. It doesn't give us anything. How close are you to upgrading? You need 4 more people living near you, so that's like beaver houses back here. We could finally finish this clearance that we've been saying we'll do forever. And then it'll just be a road that runs straight back here. We'll have 2 beaver houses behind the lodge. +2 to reed production doesn't do anything for us anymore. Religious settlement, we're not making enough incense for it to matter. Spices, we don't even have a building that makes biscuits. So I guess it's grain delivery line like by default. And then we can come over here and say, yeah, you can make ale if you ever find grain. I don't even need to cap it. Just anytime you find grain, turn it into ale. I wish you were 5 beavers. Why can't you be 5 beavers? Oh well. Well, we might not be cutting a lot of trees this drizzle, but we will be completing trade routes this drizzle. Building materials. Building materials. There's building the citadel done. We didn't have to lift a finger. It's a pretty good perk, I would say. And now we're looking for short duration. Very short. 7 routes for 1:26. Pretty good. 7 wine for 47 seconds. Pretty good. We will take both of those. And it speeds our villagers up a bit. We have a trader due in 2 minutes. We will have a ton of amber for him. He has no idea how much amber is awaiting him. You've upgraded 1 time. The other thing that you are going to need is you are going to need aesthetics decorations. Those will go there. And then these, we'll do a yard. These comfort decorations will finish that. There's going to be a house that goes here once that herb node is gone. You can go to a place where there is stone. You're building houses. We are going to have 4 people homeless after this, so as soon as this node is gone, everyone will have a home. But the most worrying thing is that we are at year 7, and we only have 14 beavers out of the 30 that we need. 240. Is there 240 left in Drizzle? There is just barely 240 left in Drizzle. We got provisions for that. That's fine. That basically makes the trade free. We got provisions for that. I would love to see packs of crops. Do you think you could offer me packs of crops? Ooh, that clay one is pretty good too. Do we have 1:40 left? Oh, we have so much time. We're going to get a lot of trades done this storm. Beaver population is ticking. Good. You have failed to clear out a spot for a blight post. Can you please work faster? Cookhouse now looks really good. But we still can't make flour. Cookhouse does not look good anymore. We could take Cookhouse now. And then we could just find a building that makes flour later. Because we're definitely not taking Tinkerer. Yeah, I think I'm going to take Cookhouse now, and then we'll find flour after that. I don't know, he goes, like, go over here. This one tree needs to go. Trade route completed. 5 packs of trade goods for that. And then 1:06, we have 218 left, so how high can we go? 212? It's pushing it a little, but we do have a delivery line for that stuff. You are at 34 charges, and you are getting 3 per harvest, about to get 4 per harvest. $10 charges to go. You are still carrying stuff away from this cache. That's impressive. And there's one more over here. Do we have the tools for it? Not quite yet, but soon. Beaver population is done. Sure, give me 30 pickled goods. Flour. We need a building that makes flour. Market is not necessary. Explorer's Lodge is not necessary. Show me a building that makes flour. I'm gonna use 1 reroll. Thank you. You're kinda trash, but thank you. You're gonna go up here. I don't even know what we make flour out of, because we also need like a crops building. There's a lot that still needs to go right here. I'm gonna buy like most of this, honestly. Probably don't need that. I'll buy that though. And then you want this random stuff? You'll give me 4 for that? Here. Oh, 4.8. There. Do I care? Not really. Like, I'm getting 5 for every trade. I don't think that's worth 15 amber. I wish I could buy beavers from you. I would do that. Wait, with this beaver that I now have free from Glade events, I need you to, like, start cutting trees down. Also, can you just, like, show me packs of crops? They're a pack of goods. I know you have them in there. In here, you're gonna make flour out of literally anything you can find. And you're gonna go until you have 50. You're not going to make planks ever. You're not going to make water skins ever. You know what? Actually, you can help with planks. That's fine. You can take a bit of work off of the carpenter. Nope, that's packs of building goods. Good try. But that is packs of building goods. We will turn around and trade those. Not yet. We can wait a little longer. Because we might get 6, and then we could do 2 stacks of it right before drizzle ends. We've gotten 1 global resolve from trading so far. It's starting to come together. Still gotta find beavers. Still haven't solved that problem. Also kinda like need bricks. Also, are you making ale in here yet? You aren't. You know what? Put a limit on it. Make 75, just like wine. Because we might need the extra for flour. Nope, that's also building materials. Good try. But that's also wrong. So instead, that's going to be a trade that we finish next drizzle. And here's the last one we finished this season. Hey, 5 packs of crops. We only have 3 more of those to go. So since the trader just left, why don't you open up some new possibilities for me here? Don't want to take any of those. Just show me the new ones in clearance. Clearance trade routes are here. No, no, no. No, no, maybe. Sure, why not? Sort of? Maybe eventually. No. And that's going to be a big ol' no. Alright, well, we might be doing some storm trade routes then, because the drizzle trade route, or the clearance trade routes, we don't have a lot of stuff for. Are you done with this yet? You're at 3. I know it's not your thing, but I would love it if you worked just like a little faster. You're out of coal. You have the planks to upgrade. I expect you to do so. This is the last tree before our blight post. Let's get that in. Even though you don't have the planks or the bricks. I need a second person in here, man. You are not fast enough. We do have our 20 tools now. You can send that to the Citadel. Like, I know the monastery's eating all your bricks, but pick up the pace a little bit. Yeah, I still don't want those. We still really need a hostility reduction perk. And I don't know which one it would even be at this point. Protected trade, probably, actually. If protected trade showed up, we would snap pick that. We're doing a lot of trading. Possibly the Glade event one as well. Although I don't think I have that unlocked. It's pretty late in levels or in deeds. Dangerous Glade event one probably would not take. I don't know how many more dangerous glades I'm going to be opening here. And why are you guys so far behind on planks? Is it just because we're using them faster than we can make them? Supplier's probably going to help with that in that case. You were at 26, you gain 4 every time you harvest. Sorry, you gain 5 every time you harvest. It's starting to take off. Meat is up to 139. Why are you idle? What else could you be doing? You could be making a little bit of training gear. Sure, make like 50 of this. And pigment? I mean, we're not doing anything with copper ore. But we could also use coal for it. We know of 3 places where we're going to put coal mines, so yeah, do like 50 pigment too. That will consume 15 coal? That's not that bad. It's a decent rate of return when we've got 210 still on the ground and there's 1 more tier of upgrade. This node is finally gone. What are you doing in here? Are you out of stone? You're not out of stone. You're capped on bricks. Is it because I only have 1 builder? Oh, it's because I have no builders. That would be why nothing's getting dropped off. It's because you're working on this cache. Okay, well, take 1 of you out then. Trade route completed. We're not turning it in. We're holding it. Although we might do that barrel trade route. Because we should have enough barrels now. Where was it? Here it was. Nope, we have fewer barrels than last time I looked. Okay, then we will be doing an herb trade route. It's an extra 5 amber. This comes out 1, 2, and then here. We've completed a trade route. We've also ticked over to hostility 5. Scary number. We can get to 4. We cannot get to 3. We could get to 3 if the monastery finishes fast enough, and I can find 3 people to work in it. But I'm not that fussed about people consuming twice as much food on each break, because what are they going to eat? Jerky? And then we're just going to make more? Go to 100 jerky. Also, start using coal for this. We have plenty of coal now. Start using coal for this too. You can't do anything about incense yet, but if I see an herb garden, I would be tempted to open up a couple glades to try and find fertile soil for an herb garden. Okay, we're back under 4. I don't even need to cut a woodcutter. We gained a hostility level. We have a high level of corruption. There is literally nothing I can do about that. Someone's... well, could we upgrade this? No. Yes. We could. If we can build this before the end of Storm, this hub will upgrade, it'll give us another 150 resistance, and we can avoid someone dying. Other than that, though, no. We're out of bricks. Because these guys stopped, because there was no builder, for a very long amount of time. And that's my fault. I'll own it. But I do wish it hadn't happened. I don't know if that counts for anything or not. But I'd like to think that saying you're sorry counts for something. Where do I find 3 people to be in here? You find them next drizzle, when hopefully the game offers you a migrant wave that's just like 7 beavers. Oh my god, you are actually going to get this up. Yeah, one of the finest gaming moves that I have ever seen. I will take a beaver. I'll spend meat to do it. That did push us over to 5, but we can fix that by doing that. Oh my god, it's literally a race against time. We finished exploration. I don't want to turn it in. It's going to decrease our hostility, it's going to decrease our impatience, which is going to increase our hostility. I don't want to do it. Incredible. Truly an incredible gameplay moment. One of the gameplay moments of this game. Hey, APOC, appreciate it. I haven't been explicitly styling them as guides. Honestly, me just talking through my thought process is like a way to keep the videos engaging, but it's good to know that people are finding that aspect of them useful. Okay, so we need to take beavers. I would love to take 3 beavers and 2 people who are not as important as 3 beavers. Okay, you're gonna get in here. Where is my other woodcutter's post? Where did I leave it? Oh, it's over here, that's right. Okay, you can get in there. Do I have anything for humans to do? At all? No? No. No? Yes, when this is done. Okay, congratulations, you work in a supplier now. No, they need to go... No, the monastery's filled. Never mind. I think now we can turn this order in. We can turn our trade routes in. Give me crops. No? Fine. Don't give me crops then. It's not like I needed them or anything. Trade me, trade me, trade me. And then order me, and just like tank my hostility. Nice, that's good to hear. I have started playing on Prestige 1 because I think it makes for a more interesting game. But a lot of the advice still applies to Viceroy as well. It's functionally the same thing, you just have to play a little longer. Do I care about Artisan? No. Do I care about Provisioner? I did, but I'm over you now. Do I care about Clan Hall? Not really. So give me a plantation, despite I have no idea what fertile soil looks like. I've never seen grass before, but I'm sure it's great. It might be time for Safe Haven. Grain bags isn't doing anything for us. Stone production is not necessary. We're at like 300 stone right now. Yeah, do me a Safe Haven. It's like, it's bad hostility management, but any hostility management right now is something we need to take. This is a very hostile forest right now, and we haven't done anything to counteract it at all. Come over here now we finish this glade. I have been thinking about if I was crossing threads of interest. I run another YouTube channel for a lot of Guild Wars stuff, and the YouTube channel for Guild Wars stuff is explicitly focused on guide content. And I've been thinking about if I were to do that for Against the Storm, what would a guide for Against the Storm look like? Or what would like guide content for Against the Storm look like? The only thing I've really hit on so far... Can I just buy all this? These two don't really matter. But what if I grow roots eventually? But what if I grow grain eventually? No, neither of those are going to happen. Just be realistic. You're probably going to win off the back of the guild's welfare. Plus trade hub in like the next 10 minutes. Your greatest obstacle right now, honestly, is finding 30 beavers before you win. That's true. I do want to find a way that I could possibly edit it down, though. Like, how can I collapse it into... Because there's people who watch the whole VOD through, don't get me wrong, but I think there's also people who want, like, punchy, short, 5 tips for defeating Against the Storm style content, and I'm still trying to figure out how to structure that. I think the first thing I might start with, and this would probably be something I stream instead of push directly to YouTube, I really want to do a tier list of cornerstones. And I know that people have done a tier list of cornerstones, but I want to do a tier list of cornerstones breaking them up by what they're supposed to do. Because there's basically 4 kinds of cornerstones in the game. There are cornerstones that fix your economy. There are cornerstones that fix your hostility. There are cornerstones that win you the game. And then there's cornerstones that are like good, but don't explicitly do any of those 3 things. So like, you can't really compare something like Over-Diligent Woodworkers to something like Trade Hub, because they do completely different things. But if you compare like Over-Diligent Woodworkers as an economy perk to you know, I don't know, archaeological tools as an economy perk, then I think that's a really interesting discussion. So that's what I'm thinking currently. I still don't have a ton of, like, structure for it. I don't know what it's going to look like, but it's something that I am thinking about in the back of my head. Like, how can you make this kind of thing work? And of course, anything that I stream is going to wind up as a VOD. So if you don't catch it live, you'd still be able to watch the Against the Storm perk tier list VOD. 5 trade goods is not what I need from you. I need packs of crops, please. Are you familiar with packs of crops? Can you describe what a pack of crops looks like? Have you ever seen one? I don't believe you. Because you've never given one to me. Okay, that's a lie. You gave 5 to me. But you've also given me like 100 packs of building materials, and I don't need it. You're going in here. Yeah, the discussion's always good. I'll probably just end up doing it eventually. Is this an interesting pick? No, not particularly. I think it's just Herb Garden. Leather Worker I don't like. I think Leather Worker is bad. I think it's one of the worst buildings in the game. Herb Garden, we don't have soil. So, like, Furnace helps us now because we could make pie. Brick Oven helps us now because we could make pie. Furnace is 2-star bricks, and it's a thing that we can put lizards in that makes them happy. So honestly, maybe that's enough justification for a furnace. Because if we take Herb Garden and then we never see fertile soil, it's basically a wasted pick, and I already wasted a pick on Plantation. And I do think Herb Garden is better than Plantation, but I don't want to waste 2 blueprint picks on buildings I'm never going to use. So give me a furnace. And you can put it, like, here, I guess. It's a good enough spot. What are you going to make in here? Not copper bars, probably. Make bricks until you've got 30. Don't ever use clay for that. And make pie with meat until you've got, I don't know, 100. We gotta find flour. We gotta find anything that lets us make flour. It's starting to be a little bit of a problem. Oh, these are all done in drizzle. It's almost like I planned it. Still no packs of crops. Fine. Get lost. We still need 12 beavers, somehow. I don't know how we're going to do it. We're also going to need a 3rd hub pretty soon. Not like right now, but pretty soon. So what's the next dangerous glade we open? Oh, it's like right here. We just keep going this way. You almost done with that rock? Yeah, 14. You're not going to be done with this for a while just because of how slow you are. You're not going to be done with this for a while somehow, but honestly, you're taking so long on that, I'm tempted to build a 2nd trapper just to get to work down here. And you have plenty of coal. You, actually, I need to be paying attention to. Lizards. Manufactory? I only need 1 of you in here now. 2 of you are going to come down here. You'll be happy about it. It's nice and warm. Burn a bunch of coal. Make 10 of these, but I want you to be sparing in where you use them. I don't really think I need to double any of these recipes, so you can burn. I do kind of want to double wine just because of how much wine there is, so let's not burn that. Never burn things that make tools. Never burn things that make food. This can go, because I'm really close to just deleting you. No, definitely not. And I think that's it. So is that good enough? Oh, we're only at 89% of max. Yeah, that's fine. You can burn all of it. I do need to discover 1 more glade for Master of Exploration. It doesn't do anything interesting for us. Wait, what does Trailblazing do? +3 to pickled goods? We don't make pickled goods yet. So, Don't really care about that one. Sorry. Where'd I hide my second woodcutter? Here you are. Come over here. Don't open that just yet. Let's do that, like, closer to the end of storm. I just want beavers. I need, like, 2 big migration waves that have nothing but beavers in them, and then I'm out. I'm gone. I also need to build houses for them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to build 6 more beaver houses somewhere. I could do like 7, 8 here, and, well, I could do the cookhouse, and then I could do like 7, 8 behind them. So like cookhouse here, and then 7, 8 would go 1, 2, 3, and then here, here, and here, and then like here. A couple ways, Bob. If you can't fulfill the 2 orders you have left, you could open a glade, and you could find a glade event to do. A lot of glade events give rep. You could select the rep option from any caches that you have not opened in glades that you already have. You could gain a reputation through high resolve for any of your 3 species, or you could pick a perk that gives you either reputation or global resolve to give you better global resolve from your people. A lot of different ways you can go about getting reputation that don't rely on orders. Now, some of those have, like, you know, different timescales. You might be a little pinched for time if you're at, like, you know, year 9 and hostility is creeping up. But you should have a couple solutions available to you. Can I take you out of here? I could, but, like, what if we need to make a lot of jerky? I actually don't think you're that important, so why don't you come in here? We don't need to burn any cysts this storm, honestly. I do want to burn a couple, just so we don't get too far behind, but we don't actually need to burn any. Also, how bad is this rep issue right now? We're going to get +1, +2, +3, and then they're not going to go any further. So that puts us here, here, here. We'll still have like 1 point to play around with. I think that's okay. We just need to be really careful about Trade Hub, because we might accidentally win. Opening Glades does not do anything for your reputation. Opening Glades always increases your hostility. Smalls are worth 15, Dangerous and Forbidden are worth 30, but there have to be events in the Glade that you complete that give you reputation. Oh, there is high corruption this storm. Okay, well, it's a good thing you're in here to get on that, huh? What else did I say I wouldn't burn? I said I would burn you? Yeah, I think that's fine. We make that so infrequently. If I still had a cache on the map, I could show you. Hey, you wait until next drizzle. We'll be opening this glade, and then I can show you. I think that would probably be the easy solution. Are you guys not full? Well, I guess it's just because we have all these beavers, and beavers have never seen complex food before. Well, that's fine. You'll just go and eat one of our 517 raw meat. Oh, you took one of the things that increases your, You took, like, mist piercers or something like that, so you can see inside glades before you open them. I don't think the UI element for mist piercers will actually show you what the rewards are. It will just tell you what the event is. So if there is an event that gives you reputation, mist piercers won't show you that. It'll just show you, like, the name of the event. Unless you mean you've literally opened every glade. But if you've literally opened every glade, and you've literally done every order except for 2 of them, I don't know how you're not dead. Because it's got to be like year 15 if you've just opened every glade on the map and you have not managed to win yet. The biggest obstacle that I've had to games that I've played where I've tried to open as many glades as possible, yeah, it's not going to show you if the event is reputation or not. It's just going to show you the name of the event. And there you can metagame it. Like, eventually you'll know the names of the events and you'll know if they can give you a reputation or not. Like, if any of them are Warbeast Cage, that's not going to give you rep. That's just going to give you living matter. Beavers +3 to resolve. I can't afford to take plus resolve right now. I can take these. I don't want to take rep. I will take hostility reduction, though. Here, let's go see what's in this one, and I can show you what I mean. Also, what do I get here? Surprise Child? No. Silent Looting? Maybe, because Biscuit Diet and Leather Gloves aren't doing anything for us. Yeah, Dangerous and Forbidden Glades. And sometimes small glades will have caches in them, but the small caches are only half a reputation, I think. So they won't take you that far. They'll do like a little for you, but the small caches tend to not really do anything at all. Why? Do not burn Blightrot Cysts there. Oh look, it's Destroyed Cage. Oh, but it does. So here. So, Glade Event. You can either send to the Citadel or keep goods. This little crown icon, if you send to the Citadel, it gives you +1 rep. So you'd select that, it just gives you a reputation point straight up. We will not be doing that because I'm trying to not win the game too early because I'm trying to finish Beaver Utopia. So instead we're going to find people to work this event first. Just give me 2 beavers. I think I just have to take beaver at every step now. So investigate. You've spawned 2 living matter. I can live with it. Get you in there. Get you in here. We're getting 30% faster crops. We're getting just miscellaneous junk. Alright, work on that. We should have a bunch of tools. I want to keep goods from this. And then I want to get rid of you. I want to put you in here. You're going to be keeping goods because I don't want to win yet. There. Yeah, it's a lot of mechanic soup to start. Like it's a lot of mechanics that get thrown at you. But once I feel like the threshold that you cross over is once you understand why you would want to make a given decision about like a blueprint choice or a cornerstone. Once you can kind of get the idea of here's why I would want X, here's why I would want Y, and you can kind of start to compare them in terms of what they would do for you, I think that's when the game really gets its teeth into you. And it takes a little while to get to that point because you need like a level of familiarity with the systems in order to make those kind of judgments. But once you can make those judgments, it's a fantastic game because there's a lot of depth to making those choices in the first place. You two, get out. Come in here. We finally found soil. I don't know what we're going to plant there. Like, I don't even know what plantation does for us, but... And then you're going to come over here, because I want you to do, like, cookhouse things. Not worried at all about this living matter. It's, oh no, it's going to eat 540 of our raw meat. What will we do? We'll never be able to recover. Meanwhile, these lizards over here getting 7 meat per harvest from still the first leech broodmother. Not even on to the second one. Found another big one over here. And it only gets better. Taking any of those specialization perks as like your first cornerstone choice is so strong. Wait, no, come back. No, not you. Hang on. Playlist is gone. Pause. Against the Storm soundtrack. It got lost in the sauce temporarily. There we go. But yeah, if you're at the point where you need 2 more reputation, the fastest way to get it is either going to be like favor a species because it gives you a free +5 for the cost of everyone else getting -5, or just crack a glade and hope you see like a cache or you see a glade event. Because the other thing with these caches is if you don't take the items in them and you send them to the Citadel instead, all caches give rep. The big ones give a full rep point, the medium ones give 0.75, and the small ones are half a rep point. but there is almost always something in a dangerous glade and up that will give you reputation. And if you're just trying to like win fast and get the hell off of a map, that's usually the strategy to go for. Is just find something and open it. We are now at the point where we're at 20 of 20 on both of these. So let's go ahead and upgrade these hubs to full citadels. We're gonna do comfort, or no, these are comfort decorations. I'm right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then over here, I don't know, we'll do like 7, 8, and then an aesthetics decoration, and then we need 3 more aesthetics decorations, so give me like bush, lamp, but rotate it, and then like a signpost back here. This road will come along this way, and then 4 harmony decorations will go like right here. We'll do like shrine, shrine, lizard post, lizard post. So that will take you to city, or whatever your final upgrade level is called. You need 8 more comfort decorations. That's 6. That's 6. But I could do this. Let's see, it would be, we'll call this like Factorio Town because of the way we be running these underground pipes. So there's 4. That takes us to 12. We'll do aesthetics decorations. That takes us to 6. And then we could do something else along here after the cookhouse goes in. And then over here we could do harmony. Just put 2 giant lizard banners in front of a human church. They'll be fine with that, I'm sure. You're done with living matter. That's great news. You're almost done with this. That's great news. I think I forgot to do all of my trade routes. But, oh, you know what? We don't want to trade because I don't want to accidentally take over Trade Hub. Small Herbalist Camp is finally done. Anything else for you to do? No. We get 2 beavers back. You're going to be free laborers for a little while. Mine is looking pretty good. Still 100 coal left in the ground and 1 more upgrade. Oh, you need to get staffed. Get in here and start making some wine. Get that reed field going. 36 is a little high. I might need you to, like, chill out a little bit. I know you're really excited about wine, but, like, have a little bit of calm. You are for sure not done. There's at least 1 more rock. Okay, it's just 1 rock deposit, but there's 1 more rock deposit for you to work on. And then the last rep pick. 3-star fabric. Did I ever get anything that makes coats? Not that I'm looking for resolve. No, I didn't. Okay, so fabric, like, doesn't matter. Leatherworker still doesn't matter. Smithy does not matter. Butcher doesn't do anything. I'll burn a reroll here. I don't know what I'm looking for. Like, none of these, that's for sure. Give me a tavern. Just give me a service building when in doubt. I don't think I'm going to need any of these buildings, though. Where am I going to find 10 beavers? That's like 3 more years. At least we have the impatience, but I think people are just going to like start leaving during storm. And there's not a lot that we can do to convince them to stay. Clear out a place for a cookhouse. Do I care about growing berries? Not really. Yeah, please, God, give me like 10 of them so I can just build their last couple houses and then we can be done. I knew this was going to be the biggest issue with the Utopia deeds coming in. was like actually getting 30 of one species in the same place, unless it's lizards, and then you just take surprise child, and it's the easiest thing you've ever done. Wait a minute. Oh, those are big, that's why. That's why you can't work those. You finally finished the first leech brood mother. Well done. Well done, you. I do think I'm going to build a second trapper's camp, though. Put it, like, here. Finish the insects first, and then you can just focus on the leech brood mother full-time. And we'll worry about those later as well, I guess. Okay, cookhouse can go in now. No plans for staffing this, because we have no way of making flour. Too bad we can't kind of berries into flour, or insects into flour. Apparently this isn't a world where, you know, insect proteins exist. We just eat them raw, instead of making, like, cricket flour or whatever, but I guess that's fine. Do I need to do anything about storm? Yeah, I'm gonna need to trim some woodcutters. Could also just, like, start opening dangerous glades for fun. just for the hell of it. We, you know what, actually, maybe there is something to that. We could get encampments that have beavers in them if I just randomly start opening glades. It's gonna spike our hostility again. But I don't care. I also need to find a place for a third hub. That's pretty deep in the woods. Okay, you get out of here, Stinky. Both of you, you're gone. Take me down to 4. Seasonal effects kick in. Lizards are sad, but they were so high on rep that I think they're gonna be fine. You, I want to move over here. And you're going to start working your way up this way. And you're going to cut a little 4x4 to work in right there. And then you're going there. And then how bad is corruption getting? 89%. That is okay. We might be at a point, because we have the supplier up, where we can burn the carpenter. And that'll get rid of 180 hostility. Trade for him. Build a trading post. When a trader shows up, you can buy him. And you can just sell whatever random stuff you have to get the amber. Wait, can we make skewers? Barely. I don't know where these 25 eggs came from. No, we can put berries in skewers. But then that increases people's resolve, and I actually don't want that to happen, so nobody working there for now. I gotta stop thinking like I'm trying to win this game, and I gotta start thinking like, if I was a beaver in an encampment, which glade would I be in? Probably the one with the most trees or whatever. Do any of these give us beavers? Reputation target is 15, 16, 17. Yeah, no, 14, I think. I could be wrong. My math might be off. It's when you fill the blue bar up. Each one of these hashes is a point. So whenever the blue bar is all the way full, that's your rep target. 14. So this is 15, 16, 17, 18. And Prestige 1 adds 4. So it should be 14, but I could be wrong. Did I set trade routes up? No, I didn't, because we're actively trying to avoid winning, which means I can't buy loot boxes. This is very sad. Well, I guess I could. Like, what are 20 packs of... No, because then I'd be selling goods. Son of a... Oh, it might be 12 then. Might even be 10. I don't know. 3 beavers. Yes. Give me beavers. Yeah, it might be 12 or 10 in that case. I mean, it's this UI element. Each square is 1 rep point. So it's whenever you fill all of those up, you're good to go. I have so many idle beavers that I might work this coal mine. There's more in the trees. Cut that too. I just need stuff for them to do. I don't want them getting bored. If you're at 11 and the target is 12, like, you know, this bar is almost full, you need, like, one species to tick their resolve one time, and then you need to find, like, any... Well, actually, you just need to find any size cache. Any cache, any glade event, any of that stuff will do it for you. You're nearly there. 4 more comfort. Could build a park. Park would be nice. Let's build a park. And then 2 more aesthetics. That would be lamps. Yeah, I would wait for a trader to come then. Have you built a trading post yet? Are you... Actually, newbie question. Are you high enough in Smoldering City rating to have unlocked trading? Because I think it's like level 4. It's not something you start the game with, which I had forgotten until I started my stream profile. If you don't have trading unlocked, that makes it a little more difficult. That would mean you actually need to track down a glade cache. Or you need to get any of your species to within 5 of their resolve threshold. Because each species has their resolve, which is the number in green, and then they have their target resolve, which is the reputation threshold number. And as long as their resolve is over reputation threshold, they slowly tick reputation. And that would be an option for you as well if you can't find simple tools and you don't want to open more glades. Oh, I never picked a cornerstone. Definitely not. Definitely not. Don't really need it. Quite good. So we'll take prayer book. I think we're just in the waiting phase. We have so much impatience to burn. Hostility is scary. I would love to see protected trade show up as like a cornerstone pick one of these days. Because I think I'll have an easier time keeping people like unhappy if I really need to turn trading back on. Did you finish this trapper's camp over here? You did. God bless. Get in there. And then you finished that farm plot. So why don't you come over here and clear out a spot for a mine. And then you... There's no real reason not to. Also, what if the third hub was just like here? We could do that, just put him in a giant line. That would mean moving this trapper's camp to here and then prioritizing insects. And it would also mean chopping down 4 trees. Which I guess you're working on. But you're taking your sweet time. You come up here. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You get better every time, though. Once you're able to assemble, like, the strategy in your mind, it gets easier every time. And, like, the single biggest thing that makes the game easier, if you haven't unlocked it yet, is Trading Post. As soon as you see Trading Post as a possibility, take that upgrade and trade every game. It's very, very strong. Because then anything you can't make locally, you can just buy. And not only that, but they sell blueprints, they sell perks, they buy your random stuff so you can turn it into amber. It's all really good stuff. You, like... I know I gave you a lot of trees to cut down, but, like, could you get the lead out? Trader would be how I do it, then. Like, if I'm missing anything important, I'll usually just buy it. And honestly, sometimes the trader is so important that if I'm doing, like, a particularly challenging modifier or trying to do a particularly challenging deed or something like that, I will wait to open a glade until I can build the trader, and then I will open the glade, I will build the trader, and then if I need anything to finish that particular glade event that I just opened, I know that I can buy it from the trader that just showed up. There's a lot that you can do around trading that can really help you out. This is... Sure, I'll throw tools at you. I'll take all your stuff. -6 to every 10 amber. I only have 12. I don't know how that happened, but you need to get in there and solve that. We have big reed farm. We have big cash. We have more leeches. We have big veggies. And we have another coal mine. Okay, you are now coming over here. Thank you for your service. You are clearing this whole line of trees out. And that's where we're going to put our next hub. It's where we're going to build another bunch of beaver houses. And then we're going to have to keep opening more glades to find more beavers. Although we could get really lucky in the next 2 years, and we could take like a 5 beaver pick, and then a 2 beaver pick. Or a 4 and a 3, or any combination of anything like that. I think we'll be done by like year 12 or year 13. And the only punishing mysteries that we have are mysteries that deplete our hunger, and meat just keeps going up. Honestly, meat specialization is probably the single most important thing we did this game. It was a dead obvious pick, but it was really good for us that it showed up when it did, and with the nodes that we have on this map. Oh, that's where we're getting eggs from. These guys drop eggs sometimes. Okay. That's how we're managing to make a couple random skewers, I guess, if I had people turned on in there. How you doing on reeds? You're at 8. How are you doing? Do you do anything anymore? No, these are all big nodes. Okay, fair. You're showing up in a minute 40. You're big nodes. You can't do anything about that. How are you doing on this rock? 7. Okay, and then you're done. You finally have this coal excavated, so we can get a mine like... Oh, nope, just kidding. You have 1 more tree to go. That's fine. Take your time. Don't let me rush you. I'll just be busy over here putting your road in that you're going to need. Ugh, light's getting kind of weird. Hang on a second. There we go, that's improved. It was starting to get dark and painting me in an unfavorable light. Anyway, what did I miss? Storm and literature at 4? That seems pretty bad. Let's knock this down to 5. Alright, now you're only at -18. Yeah, sure. This hostility is completely out of control, this game. Ah, well. It's just a forest. What's it gonna do? Grow on me? Don't need that road. How are you guys doing on these insect nodes? You're working on it. I could give you a warehouse. Where's the warehouse going to go here? Again, it's going to go like right where the trapper's camp is. So it's going to be like this. It's going to come around like that. Is that correct? Yes. And then if you come like here, the warehouse is going to go like here. Yeah, this is correct and true. 1, 2, 3, 4. Road comes back down here. That tree has 2 more charges still. People very hungry, doing a lot of eating. We can get a second mine up. Just really make sure we never run out of coal. Harvester's camp is done. That's okay. I found 2 more great reed deposits for you. You can keep making wine. I'm sure you'll be thrilled to hear. Yeah, you've got 65 and some more on the way. You've managed to produce none ale. I mean, I know you're producing some, it's just getting drank immediately in this monastery. This tree is finally gone. Third small hearth is going in. And then here I might shoot houses out the back of it. No, I can't, because that's where I put the warehouse. What do you have for me? A scribe? No, no, no. Lizard friendship? No, no, no. Sturdy boots? Yeah. Yeah. I need to save 2 of these in case I need to finish Master of Exploration to win. But, like, all these can go. And this is probably going to get us a perk of wealth. Or a tick of wealth. But that should not be so grievous as to win us the game on the spot. And I'd rather make villagers move faster. It's a good all-around perk. 1 beaver is an insult to me. But I don't think I can be choosy anymore. It's year 11. I think anytime I see any beaver, I have to take it, instead of just saying no. And then I gotta find shit for all you people to do. Jerky's still keeping up somehow, but it would not surprise me if I need a second smokehouse in the very near future. That might even be something we want to build proactively. You need to clear a path for the road to come around like that. You now... It can't really quite fit. But you know what? It's a rare opportunity. Let's clear a path all the way to the water. It happens so rarely. We should savor this opportunity when we have it. You don't have anything to do anymore. Get out. You... I don't know. I'll find a spot for you. How about like right here? Get those 2 trees out of the way. And then yeah, it's clear the coast off. It's beachfront property. But yeah, we can't stall anymore. We have to take beavers every time we see them, and we just have to cross our fingers that it's enough to finish before impatience maxes out. And whatever other consequences come with that, like starving to death, come what may. The picks at the start tend to be less about the species and more about the resources the species bring with them, because those are also different from caravan to caravan. Some people just really like beavers because you always start with at least 1 woodcutter's hut, so they'll favor beavers a little more highly. I also tend to favor lizards very highly if I'm doing a marshlands game, because there's a lot of like leech broodmothers and insect camps and stuff like that around, and lizards are really good at working that camp. But in general, the caravan decision at the start comes down to what items they're bringing with them, rather than who they are. And for that decision point, you want to look at things like, are any of them bringing complex food with them? Are any of them bringing planks or bricks or fabric? Because that's a pretty significant material investment at the start of a game. Is there a difference in how many parts they're bringing? Because the more parts you have, the more camps you can make, and parts are pretty difficult to produce once you're on a map already. Those kinds of decisions are the ones that I find myself making when I'm selecting a caravan to play the game with. I tend to actually think that there's like some importance to the individual species. Don't get me wrong. They do have meaningful differences between them, both in terms of what they need to be kept happy and like what they're actually good at. But I don't think it's that important. I think it's something where it's like, okay, this game I have humans and beavers and harpies, how can I best take advantage of that? Versus, oh, this game I have humans and beavers and harpies, I'd be doing a lot better if I had lizards. I don't think it ever really comes down to that. I think it's just another unit of information that you should use to inform the kinds of decisions that you make. Like, if I know I'm starting with lizards, and I see a pick like smokehouse relatively early, or I see a pick like kiln relatively early, or I see a pick like furnace relatively early, because lizards like being in those buildings, and they get a resolve bonus from being in those buildings, it makes me prioritize them a little more highly. Because I know that I can, like, get things through storm easier. Harpies and lizards have not a lot of resolve to start with, but holy cow, are harpies really good as your firekeeper. I think probably far and away the best firekeepers are harpies. By a fairly wide margin. Because the harpies are +5 global carrying capacity when they're your firekeeper, which means that everybody in your entire town can carry 5 more items no matter what they're doing. So it's 5 more items carried to and from workplaces. It's 5 more items carried to and from glade events, which is a huge deal. The more items you can carry to glade events at one time, the faster you can start the glade event and the faster you can complete it. And because the base carrying capacity is 5, harpies basically double the amount of stuff you can carry for the first couple of years of the game, until you start getting some of the perks that allow people to carry more stuff. So these are hearths. You can build these. You just go into city buildings and you build a hearth. And then someone works your hearth and they're in charge of carrying fuel to the hearth. Then there is this, which is your ancient hearth. This is like the big hearth, the one where you do your sacrifices. And here, this beacon job, there always has to be someone working this job specifically. And each species has a different bonus that they give when they are your beacon. So I'm using humans right now. It makes the Queen's Impatience grow slower. That's because I knew I was going to be playing a long game, and impatience is pretty much the only mechanic in the game that you can't mitigate. Eventually you earn so much rep that, you win the game, but there's no perk that says, you can lose impatience. So I've had a human in there the whole time because I've known I need to go long to get the 30 beavers for this deed I'm working on. If you put beavers in, fuel consumption is 20% slower. So, minute 35 on coal with a beaver. I think I may need to unpause. Hello? Not sure why that's not updating live, but beavers are slower fuel consumption, makes your fuel go further. Lizards are +1 to global resolve, so they give everyone a +1 when they're in your master hearth. And then harpies are +5 to global carrying capacity. So when a harpy is your firekeeper, everyone can carry more stuff. It doesn't. Well, I think it might have really early on in the tutorial. I don't remember. It's been a while. But the other problem is there's so many mechanics in the game that it would take a long time to explain all of it. Okay, you're done with these insects. You can go work on this. They are all pretty good, but I think if you're looking at the balance of different species, harpies are pretty far ahead balance-wise on being a hearth tender. Now, is that so important that you need to, rebalance the game around it? Probably not. It's a single-player game. It's okay for some things to be a little imbalanced as long as they don't, make the game trivial. And I don't think that having a harpy firekeeper is trivializing the game in any way. But I can tell you that if I have harpies as a species, I tend to not think a lot about who the firekeeper is going to be, because it's almost always harpies. It's as close as I've come in this game to having a default pick for something, independent of, contextual factors. Okay, I want houses here, I think. This is also just, completely stalling for time. We're not doing a lot until the end of every storm when we get to pick more beavers. Yeah, extra carrying capacity is very good. Not only are harpies good, but this perk, Scouts Pack, I think is also like a really, really good perk. And if you see it show up in something like a reward for orders, it's something that would pull me towards completing an order I might not otherwise want to do. If I see it in a Glade cache, it's something that pulls me towards opening that cache rather than sending it to the Citadel. Speaking of, I would like to open this. I forgot that it was there. I kind of want to open... We could open a Forbidden Glade. Should have the resources to do it. Do you need to burn that? No, not really. Don't burn that. Ask yourself, do you need to be doing what you're doing right now? This is going to be a road here. We have so many idle workers. Just give me this plantation. I can't think of a reason not to build it, so just build it. And then this road's going to come out here. This is going to be decor. And you can also have like a bench. Give you a nice place to sit. Everyone likes sitting. Give me 2 humans in here. Don't make plant fiber, just make berries. I don't know what I would need plant fiber for. Humans thinking about leaving. You'll change your mind. We are down to 65 jerky. This means we will be building a second smokehouse. I think finally enough people are double eating from both of these mysteries that we're putting a dent in our jerky production. What do you have? Any builder can carry... So, with the caveat that carrying capacity is really good, Builder's Pack is not good. Usually your limit on building buildings is like getting stuff together. Viceroy's Survival Guide, though, I will pick up. Anything that makes food production faster, I'm interested in. Give me, like, I'm not worried about the overshoot there. Oh no, that was a rep. That's okay. Nobody's, like, really that happy right now. Yeah, give me faster production. I haven't looked at the food production speeds that closely. All I know is that 3-star recipes go faster and 1-star recipes go slower. It might just be that, like, jerky as a recipe takes a long time. I'm thrilled to see 3 beavers. But then over here, like, skewers are a minute, biscuits are a minute. Jerky's 50 seconds in here. I think it might actually be that food production is slow. Like, as a recipe grouping, food production might not go that fast. Take me up to 100 jerky. You can use 1,600 meat. Did I see that right? Yeah, we're doing pretty well for meat. It's kind of going off. And then we've also got these 4 up here. That's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. I've been able to run off of this smokehouse, with them also making pottery every once in a while, up until this point. And we're approaching 60 people. And that's with 2 forest mysteries. But then, if you've watched, like, some of the other VODs from a couple days ago... Oh, did I turn all your fuel off? You can use coal. If you watch some of the other VODs from, like, a couple days ago, there have been games where I've had multiple food production buildings and half this population, and I haven't been able to keep up. So I don't really have an idea of why that is. Unless, the only thing I can think of is that lizards doubling production in a smokehouse actually gives you 20 jerky instead of 10, and that's a really significant difference. Because not all of the food production buildings are doublers. Like, a cookhouse will never double. It's warmth, it's not meat specialization, and it's not farming specialization. So that could be it. And the doubling in general is also really strong. Let's see, how many more do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need to build 15. Good lord. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We'll give them the beachfront property, because they're very special. I can even... Oh, this is going to be nice. I'll give them, like some night ferns back here. Oh, yeah. I would live there. And then I think I'll build, like, 2 more back here. That will be all the beaver houses. And then we just need to find the beavers. Which, it could be as early as next year. And then when we find them, we accept Master of Exploration, we accept Trailblazing, and we should find ourselves 1 deed rich, 2 deeds richer, actually, because there's another one that's like win with 25 beavers. It's not even Utopia. It's just have a bunch of guys. And how are you doing? You've got 3 people working here. You're doing great. Can pull you down a little bit. Yeah, go for it. I am going to say that I'm probably going to be done with this game in the next 10 to 15 minutes. So I won't be able to coach you through an entire game, but yeah, feel free. And APOC, I believe, is reasonably good at the game as well, so he could probably help you out. They could probably help you out too. Sorry, I shouldn't assume that everyone on the internet is a guy, even though it, you know, like, tends to be true from a Bayesian statistics perspective. Just because things are statistically likely doesn't mean you should assume that they are always the case. Don't reward me for making correct assumptions, it just encourages future bad behavior. I need to get better about using they when I'm referring to people whose gender I don't know. This is how we improve as a society. Alright, 12 of 64 on that reads. You're doing great. Love what you're doing. Love your work. Big fan. You? It's so nice. It just looks good. What if I do, like... Okay, I'm getting a little lost in the sauce. You're gonna have to forgive me here. What if I give you a yard? And then, like, you move around a bit. I am... Well, first of all, before your first 3 building choices, what biome are you on? Because biome influences what buildings are good. I am also thinking carpenter, but there is like a... Your 2 other buildings are quite bad. But the biome could matter. If Weaver is the one that makes cloth, it gets slightly better on Royal Woodlands because the trees give a lot of plant fiber. If you're on something like Coral Forest, Carpenter gets a lot better because the mussel sprout trees drop metal. So if you're on, if your trees are they just like green and everything looks green and it just looks like a normal forest? Yeah, you're on Royal Woodlands. Carpenter is probably the best building you have available. Weaver is a closer second than it usually is. It also depends a little bit on who your species are. If you have humans and beavers, both of them like coats, which means that Weaver gets a little better. Because you'll need more fabric production to keep up with producing coats. If you have, like, beavers, lizards, harpies, it's a bit worse because you're not going to be making as many coats. So if you have humans and beavers, that also brings Weaver closer to Carpenter. I think I'd probably still take Carpenter, but I think that for your game so far, Weaver would be pretty good. And you'd probably want to think about taking it at some point. But probably not against Carpenter, just because Carpenter lets you set up planks, and then if you find any metal bars from like an order or a cache or a trader or anything like that, you can start making tools, which is very valuable. Also, what are the other 2 things that a Weaver even makes? I don't even remember. Yeah, the carpenter plank efficiency is really nice. It's just carpenter's a really strong all-around building. We're heading into Storm here. Storm's going to be a little scary. Reputation's also scary. Beavers, I need beavers to chill. Hang on a sec. I might have to, like, not let you drink wine for a little bit. You were getting way too rowdy. You almost cost me the... Oh, I would have been so mad if beavers ticked reputation when I'm this close to finishing this stupid deed. Oh yeah, I could just favor lizards. Boom. Excellent call. I need you to get under 38. Okay, you're done. There we go. And then we'll head into Storm. They'll be real upset. There we go. God, that would have been catastrophic. Can you imagine? We spent, how long have I been live? 2 hours and 40 minutes working on this deed. And we blunder it at, you know, like possibly the last conceivable moment. It would have been mildly tilting. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a big enough man to admit when I would get mad at a video game. And that would be a time that I would get mad at a video game. Okay, let's count again. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. We only need 15. We need 30 beavers. And we need a guild house. Because that's what I wrote on a physical piece of paper. We have completed everything we need to complete to produce a Beaver Utopia. Oh lord. Wait, do I have these? Smokehouse, I like. Beavers don't eat jerky, makes it a little worse. Pottery and 1-star incense, not great. I'm not loving Smokehouse so far. Brickyard, I like. It's a way to make metal. It's a way to make bricks. It produces pottery, I think, is the third thing, and they're all 2-star. It's quite nice. Fan of Brickyard. Cookhouse, also have one of those. Cookhouse is great. You really need other buildings to make it work well. You need something that makes flour. You need a lot of different gathering. At least some farming. And, like, maybe mines for pigment. So, well, Cookhouse is good. I don't think Cookhouse is good as one of, like, the initial 3 picks, because it needs a lot of other... Wait, does this save us? Oh my lord, it saves us. I need to get to 21 right... No! I can't get to 21. Can I? Hang on, we need to count. Where is... Where am... What? Here. Oh, we're at 3.5 out of 60. Smokehouse to get complex food as soon as possible. True. But it's not going to be complex food for beavers, because they don't eat jerky. And if you don't have meat or insects, it's not going to be complex food at all. And you can usually get away with not having complex food for like a season or 2. Okay, we need to gamble, because I need this. We need to get to 17. I think I would also have picked Brickyard. I don't think it's the best building overall in those 3 picks, but I think it's the best building at the start of the game. Mid-game, I think Cookhouse is significantly better, but it's kind of a wasted pick if it's in your first 3, because you can't utilize it well. Alright, I need 17 amber. 24, that's too much. I want to hit like the target exactly. 18. 21.56. I can do better. I would probably snap pick Provisioner. Rainmill's fine, but I don't think 3-star versus 2-star flower efficiency makes a ton of difference. Bakery suffers from the same issue that Cookhouse has, where it needs flour to do a lot of its things. And then Provisioner gives you flour, which you'll need for a lot of different complex foods, and it also gives you packs of provisions, which you can use for trade routes, which are like the best source of amber generation in the game. And yeah, I'd also look at your orders, and I'd also like open a glade. Sometimes I'll pick building before I open glade. Okay, this should not give us a tick of wealth. If it does, I'm going to be extremely sad. It didn't. We've survived another day. We should be able to pick this, and with that perk, hit 30 beavers exactly. No, we hit 28. Why? Maybe because that popped before we took it. Like, the newcomers showed up before we bought that perk. Okay, we're gonna have to wait one more year. But that's okay, we have impatience to burn. We just need to make sure that people don't tick resolve. Like, humans are scaring me a bit. Give me consumption control. None of you use any services. Stay miserable for one more year. No more happiness this year. Alright, I'm bored. We're opening a Forbidden Glade. Give me something to do. I'm so afraid of this reputation bar right now. I'm terrified. I need it to calm down. It could be a full, like, bar lower. Everyone has their own different builder. I'll let you experiment. I like to do a 4x4 block because two 2x3 buildings fit nicely, and then you have a row of 1x4 that you can use for your first 4 aesthetics decorations. I like to do this housing block. Once you've unlocked Big House, it gives you 8 comfort decorations, 4 on every side, and it gives you 16 of your 20 housing capacity for your hearth. So you just have to build 2 more species houses somewhere else. And then the trade hub and the blight post, I like to put on little small 3x3 blocks next to this. The biggest thing to bear in mind is that the shortest distance between your warehouse and your producing buildings is going to be your best option. Travel time exists, and travel time can be a pretty significant limiter of the overall efficiency of your village. So you really want to try and cluster buildings that involve lots of trips back and forth from your warehouse, and keeping those closer together, because it'll up your efficiency in the long run. This would also be like your rationale for making a warehouse. Like, if you were gonna play like a sane person and you had a mine, you might just want to put a warehouse right next to the mine. And in case it's also not explained in the tutorial, because I don't think it is, every building has an internal storage. When it fills, so people work in a building. People haul all ingredients that can be used by all enabled recipes. They haul it into the building. Then they work and they produce things, and that fills up produced goods storage. And when produced goods storage is full, they carry things out of produced goods to the warehouse, and then they start over from step 1. That's the production cycle. But then there's also the laborer cycle, which is every once in a while your laborers take a break, they go to the ancient hearth, they fill all of their needs at the ancient hearth, they eat, they get coats, they fill service at the ancient hearth, as long as service buildings are stocked with the items that people want to use. Like how this guild house has 11 wine. It can handle 11 visits from villagers to that ancient hearth before it has to be refilled. What do we got? Fishman outpost? Oh no, my cooked and raw food. What will I do? I only have 3,000. Oh, and then also this matters. Like, don't chop trees down. So there's also that. You want to minimize distance between any warehouses and your production buildings. And also, if you have people working way out in the fringes of your map, you'll probably want to give them a hearth as well, because every once in a while they do need to walk all the way back to a hearth to eat, to refill their like item needs. and to refill their services needs. Also, I'll open this cache. I don't care. A smelter? Actually, that gives biscuits. Scary. I'm not gonna touch it. I took this perk as my literal first cornerstone, and it's paid off a couple times. So every time your villagers do any action that gathers meat, it's not the amount of meat that you've gathered, it's whether you do a task that gets you meat. Every time you do that 25 times, your meat production increases by 1. So we've gained this perk 13 times, which means that if we go over and we look at our trappers working diligently over here, every 11 seconds that they work on this leech broodmother, they generate 14 meat. Which, you know, is a lot. What do you mean you're idle? Oh, because I told you to use resin. Use coal instead. Sorry, that's my bad. My mistake. And then I also took a building that makes jerky. So, one operation... No, beavers don't. So beavers have been pretty miserable, but humans and lizards do. And every species eats raw food. So if a species can't find the complex food that they like, they will eat raw food. If they can't find the complex food that they like, and they can't find raw food, they will eat someone else's complex food. And if they can't find any of those things when they take a break, they get a stack of the hunger debuff, which is a -1 to resolve that stacks forever. So if you run out of food, people just leave, because their resolve becomes unmanageably low. So everyone does eat raw meat. Not everyone eats jerky, but everyone will eat raw meat. There's no complex food that everyone likes. Every species, they have like overlaps, but there's no single complex food that every species eats, which is why complex food producing buildings are an interesting choice. Because you have to think about what species will eat it and what species won't. So like for mine, 2 people eat jerky, 2 people eat pie. Makes pie pretty good. 2 people eat pickled goods. Pickled goods is pretty good. 2 people eat biscuits. Biscuits is pretty good. Only lizards eat skewers. It devalues the production of skewers for this village. It means that skewers as a complex food are less important for this map than other kinds of complex food are. And that's again like one of those small decision points that you use to inform like what kind of buildings you take, what kind of perks you would take. If you were on a map where only one species liked eating biscuits, and you saw the perk that's like +1 to herbs and roots production for every 75 times you make biscuits, that perk is ridiculously strong. It's worse on a map where only one person eats biscuits, because you'd be producing less of them overall, they'd be contributing less to your overall resolve. This is going to be a year 14 game. I think it might be the longest game we've played so far. I'm actually surprised that my hostility is not higher than 6. What is 290 other positive effects? So this is -100. This is -40, 80... This isn't even neighborhood yet. That's only -80. Where the hell is the rest of this hostility reduction coming from? What did I take? Oh, I bought a book. Book is -50. I've opened a bunch of caches. That's minus... Okay. That makes sense. That's like a surprisingly controlled level of hostility right now. 6 isn't even like that big of a number. It's only got 1 digit. How bad could it be? 31 of 74. And also, in 13 years, and I know why this is, it's because every second harvest, they have to empty this building and walk it all the way back to this storage warehouse, is the only reason why they haven't cleared both of these deposits. They're ridiculously efficient in terms of the amount of meat they're getting out of it. They're ridiculously inefficient in terms of the charges to trip ratio of that broodmother. Like, look at how much faster these guys are. This one's at 35 of 74. We started working it 2 years ago. This one's at 31 of 74. We started working it in, like, year 3. Since I started this series, no. I am still a perfect 100%. On my offline... Well, not offline. On, like, my single-player profile, the one that I put 30, 40 hours in before I started streaming it. We can go look at it after this video, actually. I haven't played it in a very long time, but over there I'm only like 60, 70%, something like that. That represents my process of learning the game. We can go look at those stats. They might actually be kind of interesting. As soon as we wrap this up, because no matter what, we wrap it up next game, or next migrant wave, because 2 beavers will come with both picks. And we only need 2 beavers. Also, that number is going to change very quickly once we start doing the prestige grind. Going to prestige 20 is not going to do favors for preserving a 100% win rate. Yeah, you lose a lot early. My first, I don't know, 20 games, I probably had a win rate of like 30%. And then as I started to figure the systems out, make better choices, it started to improve a lot. Alright, show me people. There they are. So Hilda, you have really just like nothing for me. Okay, this should bring 2 extra beavers, even though they're not on the UI. It did not. What the hell? I bought that perk, did I not? I guess we're going for 1 more year. Don't fully understand it. No, we don't have to do this. We can open glades. We'll find a lost encampment. Are you done with it? Yeah, you're done with this. I'm 100% certain I bought it. You all saw it. We can check the VOD. Okay, get in here. I'm not scared. I'm not in danger of losing. I would just like to win. It's 2 different things. Where's my second woodcutter's camp? Oh, here it is. Come here. Sorry, it's the village is so big I'm just misplacing random buildings. There's a lot going on here. It's kind of busy. Yeah, hostility 9. It's only because there's woodcutters. Okay, you here, and then over here. Let's make that a little faster. We could also be building like paved roads with our legion of idle villagers. So let's just pave every road, because we have like 500 stone in storage. I want them to feel like they're contributing, you know? Just sitting around the hearth, being cold and wet. It's no way to live. Even you, Trapper's Camp, you get a stone road. Never really figured out how to align this with the grid, though. This comes around here. Do this. It's no copper road. Okay, that is the 3rd time we've finished the playlist. Let's be restarting that. The reason we're streaming the playlist off of YouTube rather than playing it in-game is because I have a weird audio glitch when I play it in-game where the music hangs and like locks up, like it's a tape deck and it's skipping tracks. And despite my own debugging and some debugging of some of the devs on the Discord, we have not managed to figure out why it's happening. But the soundtrack is gorgeous. It would be a crime to not play it. So we just stream it off of YouTube. And it works just as well. Also, in case this glade doesn't have an encampment, take me out here. I would love to see like the prisoner encampment event in here. But I would settle for even just a normal encampment. I really would. Also, now that I'm thinking about the Discord, I think I'm gonna make a clip out of where I bought that perk from the trader. And then we failed to see extra beavers, because the more I think about that, the more that seems like it might be a bug. Maybe it's like actually a bug that we ran into in an early access game. You know, not unprecedented, despite the extraordinary level of polish that this has for an EA game. But it could absolutely have happened. Do we want to make a third mine? It's not like we're doing anything else with our parts. Like, what if we ran out of coal? What would you do if you only had 858 coal? We can only afford to play for like another 2 hours. Oh, I missed a road. That's my bad. I hate looking at you. Go away. I don't love this either. Where could I move you? Maybe like back. Oh, I could put you here. I like that so much more. Yeah, this feels right. Those never felt right in that spot. Now I can move them here. I can unite the grid. You can autosave. There we go. We found a solution. It really, well, it doesn't feel EA except for every second week when you log in and they're like, hey, we fundamentally changed the core system, check it out. Not that it's a bad thing, but it's definitely still a game that's changing a lot. That is a hallowed farm. Don't need it. Yeah, just get in there and solve it. No survivors, though. No, it's not a hallowed farm, it's a holy market. Okay, well, get in here. See if we have an encampment here. I wish I had taken Mist Piercers now. Because I could, like, know which of these glades have a survivor's encampment in them, and I could just open that. But I guess we'll be waiting another 5 minutes for a migrant wave. That's okay, too. Could, like, build more housing for you. We've got this lovely little 2x3 square where we could just put a big house. I love this beachfront property. I think I'm going to screenshot this before this game is done. Because I really do like it. Like, how could we dress it up even more? Like this? And then I could put like another 2 in and it would be symmetric, and then this ugly block of Beaver residential flats ruins it. Because there was no planning that went into that compared to the beachfront property. Oh yeah, the polish is insane. I've played games that are released in 1.0 that are less polished than this. It was a discussion I was having with a friend of mine who I play Guild Wars with. Because I was like, man, you guys should check this game out. It's really good. And he was like, I don't play EA games as a rule. I was like, I get it. But it's really good. It's polished and everything. But his argument made a lot of sense. And it's actually the reason why I'm waiting to play Dinkum. Is because sometimes you want to actually just wait until a game is feature complete. And then play through it once and experience it at 1.0. Rather than like experience 70% of the game and be done, and come back a month later and experience 80% of the game and be done, and then come back later and experience 90% of the game. Because if you only ever play that first 70% and then you never come back, it's like you never played 30% of the game. So I totally get his reasoning for it. I still think he should play it, but I totally get his reasoning for not playing it. Because he wants to wait for the 1.0 for when it's complete. There's a lot of games where the 1.0 release is vastly different. I played Subnautica after it came out, but I was alive while Subnautica Below Zero was going through their development iterations. And whatever the team is that made Subnautica, who I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm sure someone else will, no disrespect to them because they make brilliant games, but the games that they make change so much in development, in terms of the plot and in terms of the story. Like, so much. And for that, I concede playing, like, you know, beta release Subnautica and getting story X, and then playing Subnautica again and seeing, like, the vestiges of the early access version in there as being kind of like a bit of a disjointed 37? What the hell happened to you? What is going... Oh, because I'm working a bunch of Glade events. That's fair. Well, no, this is only like -6. Chill out. You don't need to be that mad. It's only hostility 9. Babies. Anyway, you want to check some small clients for encampments? I'm kind of running out of ideas. Get in here. Get in there. I don't know. Forest seems mad, huh? Valheim's another one I need to get back into. Mistlands looks really, really good. When was the last time I played Valheim? I think the update that came out after I finished Valheim was the Caves update. It was the one that reworked the mountain biome. And I think Valheim again, I would love to play Valheim again. I think I'm going to wait until it's like mostly done so I can experience the whole thing. Because it's a symptom of a lot of different games where you add a bunch of content in, but none of it really fundamentally reworks the new player experience. And so every time you pick it up to try all the fun and exciting new stuff that they've added, you still have to go through like 10 hours of the same core gameplay loop that hasn't really changed, and over time that kind of gets old. It falls into the same camp of why I don't really want to touch Dinkum again until Dinkum's 1.0. Because the early grind in Dinkum is like not super interesting. The late game is a ton of fun. The decorating is a lot of fun. But I can wait for that. I don't have to do it like right now. Can you even reach this? No, just cut through this way then. And yeah, people are leaving. Patience looks pretty bad. Just like, give me a beaver and then leave me alone. Could you do this? Can I interest you in this? Show me a beaver. If you don't show me a... Okay, I'm taking 3 beavers out. Oh, because 3 beavers left. That mattered. That mattered a lot. Let's unpause. Count them. 30. Count it. Guildhouse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 2 of 16. I can just read the UI element. It's like they put it here specifically for this. Alright, yeah, complete me. There we go. Beaver Utopia, Beaver Settlement. Lovely. That's about as hard as I expected it to be. Also, what a great time to do a 15-year settlement when you're like at the end of the Blightstorm. The Blightstorm's gotta be just like waiting outside the smoldering city like, is this guy done with his last town yet? I'm ready to destroy your entire landscape. And the queen's like, no, he's still in there. He's waiting for one more beaver to show up. Anyway, give me this tea pipe. Give me some XP. Give me a game with at least 60 villagers. That's pretty true. Complete 80 orders. Yeah, we were in there for a while. Alright, what do we get at 12? We get Stamping Mill. Don't really love it. Workshop. Love it early. It's pretty garbage after like year 2. Ancient Stabilizer. Wood production is increased by +2, but the storm will last 40% longer. That's interesting. I don't remember seeing that. I wonder if that's new. Lumber tax. Gain an amber for every 50 wood produced. It can be good if you stack other stuff up, I guess. Copper Extractor. Copper Extractor's really good, I think. Gain a copper for every 5 wood produced, and then, oh no, you can't really produce crystallized dew, but you can make copper ore out of trees on any map, and then you can just smelt it into bars. And 10 amber every time a trader arrives it's like solid. You'll pick it if there's nothing good, because it's usually better than like an average cornerstone, but it's never like the best cornerstone available. Anyway, upgrade me. We can afford 1 upgrade. What do we want to do? Sacrifice resources last longer. Not really. I might just want to grab 1 additional caravan. More choices is more good. And then can I afford any like bottom tier perks? No, the lowest perks are all 60 food now. Okay. Let's take a look at our deeds. This is where we're at. We've finished 63. We've won all 15 of our games, but that represents like 30 hours of experience I was coming into it with before we started the stream series. Let's save, and then we'll go look at the offline profile and see just how bad the struggles have been. So save me, quit me, swap over to this profile, and over here, yeah, thanks, I know about the update. Over here, when we look at the deeds, it is a different story. We're only at like a 71% win rate. We've started 63 games, lost 18 of them, won 45. So they're a little more normal of a reward. All right, last pick. I'm helping you out with Vinegar, and then we're done. Nothing about you. It's just that was a 3-hour game, and I'm ready to not stream anymore. Sahilda's Secret Cookbook is probably like one of the 5 best cornerstones in the game. Not only is it worth taking over Surprise Child, which I don't think is that great, because it doesn't give you very much control over the growth of your population. Sahilda's Secret Cookbook is so good that it actually changes the things that you do down the line. Taking Sahilda's Secret Cookbook means that you now prioritize flower buildings and pie above pretty much everything because it doubles your food. Every 10 pie you make is also 10 jerky. And not only does it double your food, it doubles your complex food. It's really good. And if you're lucky enough to get more than 1, it stacks. I don't know the title of the video offhand, but there's definitely a VOD that we have somewhere in the VOD archive where I had 2 stacks of Sahilda's Secret Cookbook in like the first 4 years of the game, and it went off. Like, our food was never a problem. Anyway, I'm going to end the cycle. We're going to take a look at our fresh map, and then that's going to be me done for today. For Against the Storm. I'll probably also be streaming Guild Wars tonight at 9 for the reset for that, but I understand that MMOs are not the most interesting thing to watch in the entire world. We have Ruined Settlement. I don't think we've done that. Fishman Ritual Site we have done. And Royal Fertile Grounds? Have we done Fertile Grounds? Deeds. Thanks for the gift sub, by the way, APOC. Appreciate it. Fertile Soil. We have done Fertile Soil. What was the other one? Ruined Buildings? And I'll plug the VODs channel here in a second so you can watch them when they're offline. Ruined Settlement. Have we done Ruined Settlement? No, and it gives us Wall Corner. Alright, so that's going to be next game. Next game is going to be Ruined Settlement. We're going to take a quick peek at deeds to make sure there's not a deed that's like repair 40 buildings in one game, because this will be our opportunity to do that. And if there's not, we might try and do another Utopia at the same time as this one. Let me go grab the link for the VODs channel, and then I'll be done. Hang on, it's right here. I'm very prepared and have these things at the ready all the time. No, that's Discord. Take me back to OBS. That is the VODs channel. So if you want to catch up on some of the last games, to work through some of those strategies, I take this approach in every video where I kind of think through the choices that I'm making. You might find that kind of thing helpful. Anyway, I'll catch you guys around tomorrow at, I don't know, tentatively, 11, noon, somewhere around there is probably when we'll get started. And as always, if you miss the stream, there will be a VOD. But that's where we've done with Against the Storm today. So thanks for hanging out, and I will catch you guys around later. Have a good one.